development. Our guest has arrived.
ठीक है मैडम, फिर थोड़ा प्रोग्राम, हाँ प्रोग्राम शुरू हो गया मैडम।
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. I extend my heartfelt welcome to the Principal, sir, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar, Chairpersons for the technical sessions, Dr. Rupali Batra and Dr. Rajiv Puri. Now, I would request Principal, sir, to extend a green welcome to our chairpersons of the technical sessions. I request Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar to extend a green welcome to Dr. Rupali Batra. I request Principal Sir to extend green welcome to Dr. Rajiv Puri. I request Dr. V2 Agnihotri to come forward for that civic ceremony. I request Principal Sir, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar to come forward and give badge to Dr. Rupali Batra. Thank you so much. Now our technical sessions will begin. Technical session 1 will take place in the auditorium and technical session 2 will take place in Commerce Lab. I request Dr. Aman Bari to escort Dr. Rajiv Puri to Commerce Lab. Thank you, sir. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Rupali Batra, an esteemed academician and researcher in management studies. She is currently working as an assistant professor at IIT Gujarat, Punjab Technical University, Kapurthala, with over 21 years of teaching experience. Dr. Batra holds a PhD in finance and an MBA with expertise in corporate finance, corporate governance, and sustainable business practices. She has guided multiple PhD scholars and has published extensively in reputed journals. She has been awarded with Best Paper Presenter award many times. We are honored to have you, ma'am, here, and we will look forward for your valuable insight in this technical session. Now, beginning with our technical session, I would request Ms. Harsimran to please come up on stage with your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simran Kaur. I am an MBA student from JNA University. I am here to present a research paper on smart city and green development, the empirical evidence from the perspective of green technological innovation in Ludhiana, Punjab. This is content that I will cover in my whole presentation, that is introduction, background, review of literature, research methodology, results, conclusion and implications. Let's start with the introduction. So as we all know that in this contemporary era, there is rapid increase in urbanization and industrialization. That leads to various environmental challenges such as air pollution, waste mismanagement and high energy consumption. So to overcome this problem, smart cities have emerged as a sustainable urbanization solution by integrating intelligent technology, data analysis and the resource management. So key objectives of smart city projects are optimize infrastructure, reduce environmental impact and drive economic growth. So if I talk about Ludhiana, a major industrial hub, and it is also one of the India's fastest urbanizing cities. And it is faced with the multivarious of the environmental challenges such as the pollution levels, poorly managed waste and increasing energy needs. So to overcome this problem, Ludhiana has brought under the Indian government smart city mission with the aim of making it sustainable urban hub through digital infrastructure, green technology and smart urban planning. The main key focus areas is on the smart technology and green innovation. If I talk about the main objective of my research it is to investigate the impact of smart city initiatives and green tech innovation on green development in Ludhiana. Moreover, in this research, I considered 10 variables that helps to analyze the role of smart city projects and green technology innovation in green development in Ludhiana. These are the 10 variables that I considered. Next is review of literature. These are some empirical evidence from the past research. As there is some research gap that the various researchers use one or two variables, but in this research paper, we use more than the 10 variables to analyze the role of green city mission. Next is research methodology. It is a quantitative approach based on cross-sectional survey technique, and the data is collected through the questionnaire targeting the policymakers, urban planners and the environmental experts and residents. And the key variables are dependent and independent variables. If I talk about dependent variable, it is the green development index, and the independent variable are the 10 factors that I discussed earlier. And for the analysis, I use the multiple regression to assess the impact of smart city and green tech initiatives on GDI. This is the result, as the multiple regression is used on these 10 variables to determine the coefficient, standard error, t-statistics and p-value. So this regression model explains 5.6% of the variance in the GDI that shows that there is a strong correlation between the smart city policies and the green development. And here are some major influencing factors and their impact on GDI, as it shows that 31.1% GDI is increased by 31.1% as every 1 unit is increased in investment in green technology. As similarly goes with the digital infrastructure, public awareness and participation and policy support. So this research concluded that the smart city project contribute greatly to the green development in Ludhiana, Punjab, and the key drivers for such development include investment in green technology, digital infrastructure, policy support and community participation. And if I talk about the regression analysis, as I discussed earlier, it shows the 85.6% of the variance that shows the strong correlation between the smart cities and the GDI. Last but not the least, if I talk about the implications, this study beneficial for the policy makers and urban planners in Ludhiana and other cities. And here are some key actions: that it strengthens the public-private partnership for sustainable urbanization, and it increased the investment in green technology and digital infrastructure. Last, it ensured the stable policy, economic incentives and community engagement to drive awareness and behavior change. Thank you.
Would you like to ask questions? Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
I think your good name is
Harsimran.
Harsimran, you are a research scholar or you are a student of which program?
Ma'am, I am an MBA student from GN University. Actually, this research work is done by my mentor, Dr. Manpreet Kaur, and I am here to present on the behalf of her.
So you have also contributed in this research work?
Yes, ma'am.
So you are the one who has actually conducted this study?
No, ma'am. It is conducted by my mentor.
So it is conducted by your mentor.
Yes, ma'am.
So in what way you have contributed in this? What was your contribution? You are here as a presenter?
Yes,
or
ma'am. I
you
am
are-
here only as a presenter.
Okay. Thank you. It was a good research presentation.
Thank you.
And a good work. You can communicate to your mentor as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harsimran. Now, I would request Ms. Riddhi Khanna to come forward with your presentation. Due to some reasons, Riddhi will present her paper later on. Now, I would request Ms. Dia to come forward for presentation.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dia. I am currently pursuing graduation in BBA from D.A.V College itself. And my today's topic for discussion is CSR in developing economies and emerging markets. तो बेसिकली इंट्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट करने से पहले मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूँगी आप सबसे कि हमारे पास लेट्स सपोज दो कंपनीज हैं, एक दोनों सेम प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं, सेम कैटेगरी प्रोडक्ट है। एक जो है वो अपने प्रॉफिट्स को अपने शेयर होल्डर्स में डिवाइड कर रही है और दूसरी कंपनी जो है वो अपने प्रॉफिट्स को शेयर होल्डर्स में तो डिवाइड कर रही है, लेकिन साइड बाय साइड सोसाइटी के लिए भी कुछ कर रही है। तो आप किसका प्रोडक्ट एज ए कंज्यूमर ज्यादा चूज करना चाहेंगे? ऑब्वियसली सेकंड कंपनी, क्योंकि हमारे दिमाग में माइंड में क्या आता है कि ये लोग एक तो हमें प्रोडक्ट दे ही रहे हैं, साइड बाय साइड सोसाइटी के लिए भी ज्यादा अच्छा कर रहे हैं। दिस इज व्हाट कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज। कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या होती है? एक मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशन ठीक है। मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशन किसकी? कंपनी की, कि वो अपने नेट प्रॉफिट्स में से कुछ हिस्सा जो है जिस सोसाइटी से वो रिसोर्सेज ले रहे हैं उनको वापस करें। फॉर एग्जांपल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट हो गया, या फिर कुछ रिन्यूएबल कर दिया उन्होंने, रिसोर्सेज यूज कर लिए, या फिर हॉस्पिटल्स खोल दिए, स्कूल्स खोल दिए, उन सबको हम क्या कहते हैं? कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। ये एक मॉरल ऑब्लिगेशन तो है, लेकिन एक लीगल ऑब्लिगेशन कब बन जाती है? जब एक कंट्री के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में लीगल मैटर्स में आ जाती है। अब इंडिया के कंपनीज एक्ट 2013 में सेक्शन 135 में मेंशन है सीएसआर के बारे में, उसके सारे नॉर्म्स के बारे में, कि कौन सी कंपनीज को इसे फॉलो करना जरूरी है। सो इंट्रोडक्शन इज क्लियर, कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी क्या है, और मेरी रिसर्च बेसिकली थी कि कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जो हमारा है उसका क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमीज और इमर्जिंग मार्केट्स पे। एंड व्हाई डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमीज? क्योंकि इंडिया भी एक डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी है, आने वाले कुछ सालों में ये डेवलप्ड बन सकती है, लेकिन कैसे? हमें बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स लेने पड़ेंगे, उनमें से एक इनिशिएटिव है सीएसआर। लेकिन इसके बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हैं, तो हम डिस्कस करेंगे चैलेंजेस के बारे में, जिसमें से सबसे पहला चैलेंज है लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज। बेसिकली जो हमारी डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमीज हैं उनमें मीडियम टर्म या स्मॉल टर्म एंटरप्राइजेस ज्यादा हैं, जिनकी नेटवर्थ ही नहीं है इतनी ज्यादा कि वो सीएसआर इनिशिएटिव में पार्टिसिपेट कर सके। क्योंकि सीएसआर इनिशिएटिव क्या कहता है कि आपका नेट प्रॉफिट अगर 50 करोड़ से ज्यादा है तो आपको 2% अपने एवरेज प्रॉफिट का देना पड़ेगा सोसाइटी के लिए। लेकिन हमारी मीडियम टर्म या स्मॉल टर्म एंटरप्राइजेस जो है उनकी तो नेटवर्थ ही नहीं 50 करोड़ है, तो वो कहां से निकालेंगे? तो ये एक चैलेंज आ गया। सेकंड है पॉलिटिकल इश्यूज। देखिए बहुत सारी कंपनीज ऐसी हैं जो कि अपने सीएसआर इनिशिएटिव कुछ स्पेशल कम्युनिटीज या स्पेशल पॉपुलेशन, मार्जिनलाइज्ड पॉपुलेशन हम जिसको कहते हैं, उनके लिए करते हैं। तो इसको एक पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा बना लिया जाता है बाय गवर्नमेंट की नहीं, ये तो सिर्फ एक स्पेशल कम्युनिटी को ही सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, तो ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज आ जाता है। थर्ड चैलेंज वाज रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क। अब हर एक कंपनी जिस भी कंट्री में है उसके लिए डिफरेंट रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क है, मतलब लीगल फ्रेमवर्क डिफरेंट है। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मेरी सेटअप, मेरी एमएनसी है तो मेरी ब्रांचेस तो काफी सारी कंट्रीज में होंगी, एक इंडिया में है सपोज कर लेते हैं और एक साउथ अफ्रीका में है, तो साउथ अफ्रीका के जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस है वो डिफरेंट होंगे किससे? इंडिया के रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन से। तो एमएनसीज को ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज लगता है कि मेरे को अगर सेटअप करना है अपना सारी कंपनी का, हर एक ब्रांच को देखना है, तो उनको डिफिकल्टी लगती है कि मैं इसके भी रूल्स को फॉलो करूँ, इसके भी रूल्स को फॉलो करूँ। फोर्थ इज शॉर्टेज ऑफ प्रोफेशनल्स। ये हमारी सबसे बड़ी शॉर्टेज है इस वक्त कि प्रोफेशनल्स जो हैं या एक्सपर्ट्स जो हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा कम है हमारी कंट्री में, जो इस फील्ड के मतलब स्पेशलिटी जिनकी इस फील्ड में हो। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम चाइना का देखें तो आज जो रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज जो है सोलर पैनल्स वगैरह मैन्युफैक्चर किए जा रहे हैं वो चाइना में है। एंड इवन अभी भी न्यूज़ में आ रहा है कि चाइना के एक्सपर्ट्स की बात की जा रही है कि हम ज़्यादा रिलाई किस पे कर रहे हैं कि फॉरेन एक्सपर्टीज पे रिलाई कर रहे हैं रैदर देन कि हमारे इंडियन एक्सपर्ट्स इसके बारे में एडवाइस करें। तो ये एक चैलेंज आ गया हमारी इकोनॉमी में। ऐसे इंडिया का नहीं, सिर्फ बाकी कंट्रीज का भी इसमें वैसे ही रहता है कि उनकी भी जो एक्सपर्टीज है वो कम हो जाती है। फिफ्थ जो है वो है लास्ट हमारा लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस एंड एजुकेशन। तो लोगों को इसके बारे में एजुकेशन नहीं है। लोगों का मतलब क्या है? कंपनीज का, गवर्नमेंट्स का। बहुत सारी गवर्नमेंट्स जो है कंट्रीज की, उनको एजुकेशन इसके बारे में अवेयर ही नहीं है कि सीएसआर जो है वो सिर्फ हमारी गुडविल को रिलेटेड नहीं है कि एक कंपनी की गुडविल अच्छी करेगा। इसके पीछे बहुत ही लॉन्ग डाइव है, इसके पीछे बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है सोसाइटी के लिए। अगर आप छोटी सी चीज भी करते हैं सोसाइटी के लिए, आपकी तरफ से वो आपके प्रॉफिट्स में से बहुत छोटा कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन है, लेकिन अगर स्कूल सेटअप किया तो उसमें जॉब होगी, जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगी, स्टूडेंट्स पढ़ पाएंगे, बहुत सारी चीजें जो है वो इंटरकनेक्टेड हो जाती हैं। तो ये थे चैलेंजेस जो कि फेस करती हैं कंपनीज एक डेवलपिंग इकोनॉमी में। उसके बाद हम पढ़ेंगे मेन जो रिसर्च का मोटिव था, दैट इज इम्पैक्ट्स। So as we can see that corporate social responsibility has both positive as well as negative impacts. ठीक है, पॉजिटिव हॉस्पिटल्स कॉलेजेस खोल रही हैं जहाँ पे फीमेल्स की जो सीट्स हैं वो स्पेसिफिकली डिफाइन की जाती है कि ये तो रिजर्व रहेगी फीमेल के लिए। सेकेंड था प्रमोशन ऑफ एजुकेशन, मतलब कि एजुकेशन की प्रमोशन होगी जब आप कॉलेजेस वगैरह खोलोगे, स्कूल्स न्यू खोलेंगे, न्यू एस्टैब्लिश किए जाएंगे, तो एजुकेशन की प्रमोशन की जाएगी। देन वी हैव इकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट्स। सीएसआर सिर्फ सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल सोसाइटी के प्रति, मतलब ह्यूमंस के प्रति नहीं होता। सीएसआर का मतलब है सोसाइटी में हमारे फ्लोरा एंड फौना भी आ जाते हैं। तो बहुत सारी कंपनीज जो हैं वो वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट के रिगार्डिंग भी अपने इनिशिएटिव्स प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट करती हैं, जिससे वो कंजर्व कर रही हैं एनवायरनमेंट को, फ्लोरा को, फौना को, मतलब एनिमल्स और प्लांट्स के रिलेटेड भी। देन वी हैव इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट। ये तो हमें पता ही है कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो डेवलप करती है काफी सारी कंपनीज। फॉर एग्जांपल रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज होगी या फिर एसबीआई देख लीजिए। जो हमारा एसबीआई बैंक है उनका सीएसआर इनिशिएटिव इस साल का था कि वो रूरल डेवलपमेंट करेंगे। कैसे? उन्होंने बहुत सारे कॉलेजेस खोले और मेडिकल, मतलब हॉस्पिटल्स कम मेडिकल स्कूल्स खोले। कहाँ पे? रूरल एरियाज में। देन वी हैव सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट कैसे स्टार्ट हो सकता है? इसका एक पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट ये है कि जो कंपनीज हैं वो क्या यूज कर रही हैं? रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज। वो भी प्रेफर कर रही हैं कि वो रॉ मटेरियल लें तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या करें, इको फ्रेंडली प्रोडक्ट्स यूज करें, बायोडिग्रेडेबल प्रोडक्ट्स यूज करें, सोलर पैनल्स का यूज करें। इवन आपको पता होगा कि इंडिया की जो एनर्जी है वो 98% ऑफ न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी बन चुकी है। तो इट इज वेरी गुड इम्पैक्ट। देन वी हैव नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट्स। अब डेफिनेटली कॉइन की टू साइड्स हैं, तो सीएसआर के भी पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट्स हैं तो नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट्स भी हैं। नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट्स की बात की जाए तो सबसे पहले आता है फॉल्स इमेज, व्हिच इज कि यूजुअली कंपनी सीएसआर को किस तरीके से देखती है कि हमारी गुडविल अच्छी होगी। वो ये नहीं देखती कि सोसाइटी पे भी इसका इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा। तो बहुत सारे उनके प्रोजेक्ट्स फेलियर हो जाते हैं बिकॉज वो सिर्फ सोसाइटी पे ध्यान नहीं देते, सिर्फ अपनी गुडविल पे ध्यान देते हैं कि मेरी रेपुटेशन अच्छी हो जाए। उनके बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स फेलियर रहे हैं। इवन डाटा निकला है जो इंडिया का, वो था कि 30% जो है कंपनीज वो फेलियर रही है बिकॉज ऑफ कि वो अपनी गुडविल पे ज्यादा ध्यान देते हैं rather than कि वो सोसाइटल इम्पैक्ट क्या डाल रहे हैं। सेकेंड वी हैव वीकनिंग ऑफ गवर्नमेंट स्ट्रक्चर। जब कंपनी सीएसआर इनिशिएटिव प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट करती है ना, तो गवर्नमेंट यूजुअली ये देखती है कि ये लोग तो अपना कर ही रहे हैं, मतलब कंपनीज तो पार्टिसिपेट कर ही रही हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट जो है वो खुद सोशली रिस्पॉन्सिबल होना बंद कर जाती है। वो किस पे रिलाई करने लग पड़ती है कि कंपनी जो है वही सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अपनी निभाएगी। Then we have unequal distribution of CSR benefits. जैसे मैंने पहले एग्जांपल दी थी कि कुछ जो है कंपनीज वो यूजुअली ये देखते हैं कि हमें, वो तो इस मोटिव से जाएंगे कि हमें लग रहा है कि ये बिलो पॉवर्टी कम्युनिटी है, हमें इसको सपोर्ट करना है। बट बाकी के क्या बना देते हैं, बाकी की कम्युनिटीज क्या बना देती है कि ये लोग सिर्फ इसी कम्युनिटी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। ठीक है। उसके बाद है लो वेजेस। अब कुछ कंपनीज ये भी करती हैं कि वो लोग बोलते हैं कि अपने एम्प्लॉयज को क्या कहते हैं कि हमें सीएसआर में प्रॉफिट्स ज्यादा चाहिए, हमें सीएसआर इनिशिएटिव प्रोजेक्ट अपना बढ़िया बनाना है, एक कॉलेज डेवलप करना है या एक रिसोर्स कोई अच्छा सा रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी लगानी है, सोलर प्लांट्स लगाने हैं, तो वो इस चक्कर में अपने एम्प्लॉयज के वेजेस कम कर देते हैं। ये एक नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ही बड़ा, क्योंकि एंड ऑफ द डे जो एम्प्लॉयज है, जो आपके वर्किंग एसेट है, उनकी तो वेजेस कम होगी ना, उनकी सैलरीज कम होगी। Then we have green washing. What is green washing? Green washing वो सिचुएशन होती है जहाँ पे कंपनीज जो है वो बोलती है कि हम तो पूरा सपोर्ट करेंगे, हम इको फ्रेंडली प्रोडक्ट्स यूज करेंगे, बट उनके एक्चुअल ऑपरेशंस जो है वो एनवायरनमेंट को ही डिग्रेड कर रहे हैं। इसको कहते हैं ग्रीन वॉशिंग। मतलब वो ऊपर से दिखा रहे हैं कि हम तो पूरा सपोर्ट करते हैं, लेकिन एक्चुअल में उनके जो काम है, उनके जो ऑपरेशंस है, वो डिग्रेड कर रहे हैं एनवायरनमेंट को। तो ये एक नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट हो गया। ये थे हमारे नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट। लास्ट में भी है वे फॉरवर्ड। वे फॉरवर्ड क्या है कि ऑब्वियसली बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है अभी सीएसआर को अवेयरनेस लोगों में लानी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। गवर्नमेंट के पार्ट से हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि इनिशिएटिव्स ले सकते हैं, कोलैबोरेशंस हो सकती हैं, सर्विस निकाल सकती हैं कंपनीज। ठीक है। एनजीओज के साथ हम कोलैबोरेशन कर सकते हैं। एंड में करना चाहूंगी एक कोट के साथ, विच इज a good company will always have an eyes on profit, but a great company will have an eye on how it impacts the world. Thank you.
Thank you, dear ma'am.
you are a student of which?
D.A.V college.
That's nice. So my one recommendation and suggestion to you, in future try to incorporate your medium as English. Why is it so? Because in the global arena of today, in the world of today,
Yes.
you have all your subjects and curriculum in English.
Yes.
So Hindi and Punjabi I also admire.
Yes.
It is our native language. But as a student, it would help you if you could enhance your communication skills in the medium of English as well, right?
Definitely.
Otherwise, your confidence is good, and the other part which I like is you have a clarity of the topic, which is very nice.
Thank you.
Because generally students come and present, and at your age, if you have a clarity of the topic, it's very nice. Another suggestion, when you make a presentation, try to incorporate more of it in the form of points rather than paragraphs. So that would give a good appeal to your presentation. Right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dia. Now I would request Ms. Riddhi Khanna to come forward with your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Riddhi Khanna, and I'm a student of M.Com. Today, I'll be presenting topic before you CSR in emerging markets and developing economies. So, you all might be knowing the basic about CSR, means corporate social responsibility. It means the companies, what they do in return to the society. As we know, company takes raw material, labor, capital from society. So in return, what they do out of just earning profits. So that's what is CSR. Abstract, CSR refers to a company's responsibility toward social, economic, and environmental well-being. That means how socially and economically they do towards the society. It is defined as a self-regulating business. It is not a compulsion to the companies, but a self-regulatory business model that is they do to the economy. Third point is social responsibility is crucial for economic and social development in emerging markets and developing economies. But companies face many challenges like weak laws, economic inequality, and environmental issues. So for these, we have many CSR strategies also. In emerging markets, CSR is particularly significant about struggle with poor governance, poverty, and environmental degradation. Companies engaging in CSR in these economies can foster economic growth by investing in education, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. That means companies can open schools, colleges, educational centers, healthcare centers, etc. for the society. Challenges such as corruption, lack of enforcement, and limited financial resources
resources often hinder CSR. We know in developing economies, many challenges are faced by companies like poor capital raising and financial resources are very limited today. Stakeholders like consumers, governments, customers, they are placing greater pressure on companies to come forward and do something for the society. Um, and businesses operating in developing economies are shifting from traditional philanthropy to strategic CSR, focusing on sustainable development goals, community development, and environmental conservation. Philanthropy means what we do out of love or out of care, but we must shift our focus from that to sustainable development goals. That means companies should make some goals to incorporate CSR into their business. Objective of my study is to examine the role of CSR, what CSR should do in fostering economic and social development. Second, analyze the challenges the businesses face in implementing CSR. Third, impact of regulatory frameworks and stakeholder engagement. Third, to evaluate the effectiveness of localized CSR strategies. And fourth is provide recommendation for business and policy maker on enhancing CSR implementation and sustainability. Review of literature. Um, I have studied, I have taken the studies from Carroll's CSR pyramid, which focuses on economic, legal, ethical and philanthropic responsibilities. Second is United Nations Sustainability Development Goals. Third is Porter and Kramer's research, which argues about the reputation and build stronger stakeholder relationships, create more stable business environment. Research gaps. Most of the studies focuses on multinational corporations and overlook the challenges faced by small and medium enterprises in economic regions. Next is impact of regulatory inconsistencies and cultural factors on CSR effectiveness. And fourth challenge is need for more empirical studies that measure the long-term impact of CSR initiatives. Research methodology. It is done using qualitative research approach, using data from academic journals, corporate reports, and industry case studies. Also, Google Scholar, Shodhganga, and Web of Sciences help me. Discussion. CSR in emerging markets present both opportunities and challenges. While businesses have potential to drive social change and economic growth, they must navigate complex regulatory environments and financial constraints. CSR efforts are effective when integrated with companies' core business strategy. Multi-stakeholder approach helps in well-supported, adequately funded and aligned with community needs. Impact of CSR can be maximized through robust and measurement and reporting systems. Global rich reporting initiatives and sustainability accounting standards board also helps in transparent accounting of CSR and helps improving the customer confidence. Findings. CSR is a drive of economic growth. CSR helps in economic growth by opening hospitals, schools, many sustainable development. Challenges in CSR implement is lack of resources, lack of funding, lack of knowledge. Localized CSR strategies are more effective as we can tailor our CSR strategies according to the economy and its needs. Public-private partnership enhance CSR. When government and non-government organizations they collaborate with the public and private companies that helps in more effective CSR implementation in the economy. And last, technology as a CSR enabler. We can check what we have done through the technology. We can track our success and our growth in that field through technology. Conclusion. Critical tool for promoting sustainable development. CSR helps in emerging markets and developing economies. Companies operating in these regions can play a significant role in addressing social and environmental challenges through well-structured CSR initiatives. Challenges such as weak legal frameworks and financial constraints exist. Businesses that integrate CSR into their core strategies can achieve long-term success and societal benefits. When we integrate CSR into our business as a responsibility not as compulsion, we can be more in the success terms. Government and other stakeholders must also collaborate. Future research should focus on developing universal CSR measurement models. CSR in India. In fiscal year 2021 and 2022, expenditure reached 26,278 crores. That is highest in 8 years, with 60% allocated to health, education and environmental sustainability. But we can see in listed companies, their spending was relatively flat. They didn't spend much. And in 2022-23, unspent CSR funding totaling 1475 crores was there. So we face many challenges and companies should spend collectively in a better way. CSR impact area and its improvement percentage. By focusing on CSR, we have seen the growth in literacy rate by 15%, healthcare by 20%, growth in business areas 68%, and transparency in reporting by 72%. These are the references I have used. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Riddhi. You also have a mentor with you. You have conducted yourself, or you are presenting and you have conducted it yourself?
I have conducted myself.
Okay. So since you are a beginner, so otherwise it is a good presentation and you have presented it nicely. Only thing is, when you present a research paper for future, because you people are just students, I don't think so you are in any way pursuing any kind of research.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, so in future, just keep in mind one thing, that when you mention specific things like you have conducted qualitative analysis, or when you have mentioned certain specific objectives, then it takes a different orientation and direction. So you have to manage that research work accordingly. And otherwise, you may just like the previous student, you may just present a conceptual paper where you may talk about certain concepts and issues related to CSR. So if you talk about certain specific objectives, and then if you talk about, say, qualitative analysis, so these things have very strong in-depth meanings, right? So then you have to manage your work accordingly. Otherwise, as a student, you presented well, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Riddhi. Now I request Ms. Meenakshi to come forward with your presentation. Good afternoon to all. Today I am going to present my views on the topic Corporate Social Responsibility in India, Sustainable Development Goals. The global goals were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure by all 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. Adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations in 2015, the Sustainable Development Goals are the layout to achieve a better and more sustainable world for all by 2030. The 17th SDGs are integrated. They recognize the action in one area will affect outcomes in others, and the development must balance social, economic, and environmental sustainability. Countries have committed to prioritize progress for those who are furthest behind. The SDGs are designed to end poverty, hunger, AIDS, and discrimination against women and girls. The creativity, know-how, technology, and financial resources from all of the society is necessary to achieve the SDGs in every context. Sustainable development can be defined as an approach to the economic development of the country without compromising with the quality of environment for future generations. In the name of economic development, the price of environmental form of land degradation, soil erosion, air and water pollution, etc. This damage may surpass the advantage of having more quality output of goods and services. For the first time in the history, the international community was able to define a global and comprehensive sustainable development agenda, including both social objectives and environmental goals. The first and the most prominent of the SDGs is the stated intent to eradicate all forms of poverty in all regions of the world. Corporate sector also helps in the necessity to these goals in the collaboration with government and international organizations. Finally, the role of corporate sector must be including the policy planning in their field of areas. Social responsibility is the major issue concerned in the global economy. Globalization, liberalization and privatization have changed perceptions on how the greater common goods can be achieved. Relationship between companies and civil society has migrated from charity to repositioning of the roles, rights and responsibilities of business in society. CSR initiatives create a long-term benefit to company and impact a brand image. It improves the employer branding as long-term strategies and also have positive impact on brand image through philanthropic activities in society. Sustainable development is the way to people meet needs today without stopping future generations from meeting theirs. Since many of our natural resources can run out, it is our social responsibility to use them wisely. That's why people are now using more sustainable products and technologies. The goal of sustainable development is to use resource in a way that doesn't upset the balance of nature. In simple terms, you can understand sustainable development like taking care of a big shared garden. We all want to pick fruits and vegetables for our needs today, but we also want to make sure there is enough left for people to enjoy tomorrow and the days after. So we need to use gardens resources wisely and do not damage it, ensuring it can continue provide for everyone in the future. The main objective of the sustainable development is to balance our economic, environmental and social needs, allowing prosperity for now and future generations. Corporate social responsibility has become a crucial aspect of business operations worldwide. In India, CSR holds particular significance due to its potential and drive economic development and social change. India's journey with CSR began long before it can be a formal concept. Traditionally, Indian business engaged in philanthropy and charity, driven by cultural and religious beliefs. However, the modern notion of CSR emerged in the late 20th century, influenced by global trends and the need for sustainable development. The Companies Act of 2013 marked a significant milestone by mandating CSR activities for certain companies, making India one of the first countries to legislate CSR. The historical roots of CSR in India can be traced back to ancient times when business supported community welfare. Post-independence, the focus shifted towards nation building with companies contributing to education and healthcare. The liberalization of the economy in 1990s further accelerated CSR activities as business sought to align with global standards. In conclusion, India continues to be one of the fastest growing economies in the world has made. India is one of the first few countries in the world which has mandated CSR spending as well as its reporting internationally. Disclosures on CSR have been made in the place for quite a few years now. A CSR approach can help improve corporate governance, transparency, accountability, and ethical standards. CSR is the commitment of companies towards the sustainable economic development of the society. It is found that almost 70% companies actively involved in the promotion of their better health, management, safety at workplace. It was revealed that most of the companies allocated for CSR activities and most of the funds sent for social welfare. Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am. Just one question from you, since you have mentioned about the Sustainable Development Goals. Do you have any idea that now, in context of CSR, when we talk about SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, so what is the new term that have come out? Do you have any idea of that? As a consequence of incorporation of Sustainable Development Goals in the context of CSR. So we have a new term, or you can say a new concept which has emerged, and now the whole of this CSR has turned into that particular concept, you can say. You have any idea?
No.
No. So it is ESG. So when you are talking about Sustainable Development Goals, so there is a transition from CSR to ESG now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you should have an idea of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I request Sejal Batra to come forward with your presentation.
या बैटरी चेंज करनी है यार लाता
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sejal Batra from AMCOM Final, reaching out here to discuss about the integration of CSR as a business strategy. So, first of all, what is CSR? It means how do firms responded to the expectations of their stakeholders, like as with regards to their society, their customers, their environment. Nowadays, companies are spending huge amount of their funds towards CSR activity. Now, next one is business strategy. What does it mean? It means actions, plans, what a companies undertake to come forward. Then why they make strategy to build brand quality and further to compete in the competitive market. It usually depends upon the objectives and the goals of an organization. How does CSR act as a business strategy? The first point that comes in favor of it is customers usually prefer companies. Customers usually prefer companies that are engaged in ethical and socially desirable activities. Positive CSR activities such as environmental protection and fair trade practices attract socially conscious customers. Further, companies engaged in CSR activities may come out forward in the crowded market, and they can gain the selling points in terms of selling eco-friendly products. Further, employees are motivated to work in socially responsible companies, thus help an organization to attract talented employees for themselves and reducing the turnover cost, which might be quite expensive for them. Moreover, they are capable enough to attract investors for their companies. But there are some problems that are being faced by Indian companies to take initiative in CSR activities. What are these? The first one is regulatory and compliance issues, like navigating complex legal framework and ensuring proper documentation for CSR spending. Although some companies even don't know about the project that align well with the Schedule 7 of Companies Act 2013. The next problem that might be faced by them is lack of awareness and expertise. Many businesses, such as small manufacturing enterprises, lack awareness about the CSR regulations and the best practices. Limited expertise in planning and executing impactful CSR initiatives. Third one is fund utilization. Challenges in ensuring that allocated CSR funds are used effectively and efficiently. Difficulty in measuring impact. Because of the absence of standardized metrics to evaluate the social and economic impact of CSR projects, Further, long gestation period for the social initiative make it hard to measure short-term success. And the last one is challenges in partnering with NGOs, as with identifying credible and competent NGOs for project execution. Geographical and sectoral imbalance. A concentration of CSR initiative in urban areas leading to neglecting the rural and remote regions. Sectors like education and healthcare are gaining more preference as compared to the sectors of environmental protection. Now, how it can be integrated well? We can also say it as a tension management, embedding a CSR activity into core business activities, in the core business values, missions, rather than treating it as a separate initiative. Active involvement of stakeholders should be promoted, leveraging it as a source of innovation. And the last one is top level management commitment should be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Sejal. Why have you written like attention management?
Because it can be used by business to reduce the attention to build brand quality and competition among the crowded market.
But such kind of statements become very generic. So while quoting such things, you have to look at whether any kind of article or paper they use such terminology. Right? Because tension is a very generic word of English, which would just mean it's a state of mind when we feel a little bit unrest, so we are in tension, right? So in case of business scenario, we try to avoid such words. Otherwise, it's a nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sejal. Now I request Deepika Saini to come forward with your presentation.
ਤਾਂ ਲੱਭਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕੁਰਸੀ ਦੇ ਗਿਆ
My name is Deepika Saini. I am from Masters of Commerce of D.A.V College, Hoshiarpur. Today I am going to discuss my research paper named as Integrating CSR into Business Strategy, a Framework for Long-Term Value Creation. Well, first understand the meaning of CSR. So what is CSR? CSR is composed of three words: corporate, social, responsibility. Corporate by definition means that we are talking about profit-making organization. We are talking about large organization that makes profit. When we talk about social, we are acknowledging that they exist as part of the society that they function in. So they are not removed, they are not isolated in silos. they are within a society and they are in a social value. And third one is, which is very important here, that is responsibility, which means that they understand that the part of the social, economic, environmental that they are functioning in. They realize that this environment, social, political, economic environment that is supporting them and stable them, they grow, and that they are understanding that they need to give back to it from the profits they earn as a result of the resource that they take from the environment. That these are the three basic elements of CSR. Now, abstract defines that corporate social responsibility has involved or volunteer practices to a strategic necessity for businesses aimed for the long-term value creation. This paper explored the integration of CSR into business strategy, highlighting the benefits, challenges, and the best practices. The study examined how company can align CSR that initiate with their core business objectives to achieve the sustainability and stakeholder engagement. Now, next is introduction. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) has become a crucial element in modern business practices. Companies are increasingly recognizing that integrating. This study provides the insight into the effective CSR integration that aligns with the business goals, and the recent studies have increasing focused on the integrating. Next is review of literature. Research also highlights the positive impact of CSR on brand reputation, customer loyalty, and the financial performances. However, the companies often struggle to balance the short-term financial pressure with investing in CSR initiatives that may yield the long-term benefits. However, the challenges such as greenwashing and lack of measurable impact hinder effective and implementation. There are the four objectives. First one is to analyze the significance of CSR in contemporary business strategy. Second one is to identify the best practices for integrating the CSR into the corporate strategies. Next is to provide a framework for business to embed the CSR effectively. And last one is to assess the impact of CSR on long-term business value creation. My next part is research methodology. This research conduct a secondary approach method. Moreover, the discussion of this, a framework for the CSR integration. This paper explores a structured approach to embedding the CSR into the business strategy. First one is assessment to evaluate the existing CSR initiative and their alignment with the business goals. Second is strategy development. They define the CSR priorities based which are on the stakeholder expectation and the industry trends. Third is implementation. The integrate the CSR into the operational process and incorporate the culture. Fourth is measurement and reporting. They communicate the achievements through the sustainability reports. And last is continuous improvement. They adapt the strategies based on the feedback which are involving the business environment. I take an example of Sonalika. They perform well in CSR. Sonalika International Tractor Limited stands strong as the third largest tractor manufacturing company in the country. Sonalika Group has pledged to empower the society so that it can strengthen the future and create the value for the society. The vision of the Sonalika about the CSR to enrich our society and create a healthier and a happier world. And the mission is to be a responsible corporate citizen and support the healthcare. It provides education, quality education, encourage the women empowerment. The next, the initiatives which are The initiatives are our CSR initiative encompass the various programs and schemes that work toward the creating a better and improve and the healthier society. They set up a number of equipped isolation centers at our hospital Hoshiarpur to fight with the pandemic situation. Number two, they help the 1,60,000 needy people by providing the cooked and meals and food by hygienic kits during the pandemic and continuously making efforts to make many more. Next, the point. Integrating corporate social responsibility into the long-term business strategy is crucial about the organization. They aim to achieve the sustainable growth. Moreover, it requires a comprehensive approach involving the strong leadership, support, organization culture, and strategic alignment between the business goals and the social objectives. The CSR into a company long-term strategy, they begin with establishing a clear vision of how CSR aligns with the overall business objectives. Last but not the least, the conclusion, integrating the CSR into the business strategy is essential for long-term value creation. The companies that align the CSR initiative with the core objective can achieve the financial success while contributing to the social well-being. Industries future specific CSR models to enhance the effectiveness, and also they suggest contribute the financially and the non-financial performance outcomes, enhancing the customer loyalty and the operational efficiency and overall the market competitiveness. Last but not least, it suggests that when effectively integrated, the CSR contributes significantly to financial and the non-financial performance outcomes. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika. Now, the example that you have presented of Sonalika, so did you find that material from some report or you asked those people or something?
No, ma'am. Last semester, my internship was in Sonalika, so
Okay.
my work related to CSR.
Okay, that's nice. So if you take a particular case, then you can do it in the form of a case study as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you could have done in depth of Sonalika only.
Yes, ma'am.
So that could have brought out the work in even a better manner. Right? So you could specifically focus on CSR, a case of Sonalika.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Deepika. Now I request Ms. Anshul to come forward with your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anshul. I'm student of MA English, D.A.V College, Disua. So today my topic is, sub-theme of my paper is Gender Equality and Inclusive Growth. The topic of my research is Bridging the Gender Gap, Examining Barriers to Inclusive Growth in India through Ellen Showalter's Feminist Model. Briefly talking about the topic, इस टॉपिक में हम इस रिसर्च में हमने जो भी जेंडर गैप्स में बैरियर्स आते हैं उनके बारे में स्टडी किया है। इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में जो भी बैरियर्स आते हैं, जेंडर इक्वालिटी में जो भी बैरियर्स आते हैं उनकी स्टडी की है थ्रू एलन शोल्टर्स फेमिनिस्ट मॉडल। फर्स्टली, it is challenging to develop inclusively and sustainably when half of the population is not fully participating in the economy. Women constituted 50% of the population but generated only 37% of the global GDP, whereas in India economic contribution of women remains at 17%, which is less than half of the global average. Hence, it seems that there is a problem of gender-specific disparity in India. Firstly, I will talk about the inclusive growth. What is inclusive growth? According to the United Nations Development Programme, inclusive growth is a process where all groups of people participate in the institution of growth and reap benefits of inclusion. Inclusive growth hoti kya hai? Basically, we will talk about growth of all sections of society, leaving no one behind. Inclusive growth comes from the word inclusion, जहाँ पे हमने सभी सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी को हम इंक्लूड करते हैं, लीविंग नो वन बिहाइंड, और उनकी इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ होती है, उनकी डेवलपमेंट होती है, ग्रोथ होती है एवरी स्फीयर ऑफ द एवरी डायमेंशन में, चाहे वो सोशल ग्रोथ हो, उनकी इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हो, हर स्फीयर में उनकी इंक्लूड करके एवरी सेक्शन ऑफ सोसाइटी को हम डेवलप करते हैं। सेकेंड इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ जेंडर इक्वालिटी। जेंडर इक्वालिटी बेसिकली मीन्स कि हमने हर जेंडर को, नॉट जस्ट मैन एंड वुमेन, हर जेंडर ऑफ द सोसाइटी है उसको हमने इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देनी है, इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ देनी है, इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट देना है हर जेंडर्स को, नॉट ओनली मैन एंड वुमेन, तो चाहे वो हमारे ट्रांसजेंडर्स हो, थर्ड जेंडर्स हो, सभी को हमने इक्वल राइट्स देने हैं, इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट देना है, राइट ऑफ फ्रीडम, सब कुछ उनको इक्वालिटी, बेसिकली हम यहाँ पे इक्वालिटी की बात करें। नॉट अबाउट मेकिंग मैन एंड वुमेन आइडेंटिकल बट इंश्योरिंग इक्वल राइट्स एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज। हमें मैन एंड वुमेन को इक्वल एज ए नॉट फिजियोलॉजिकली उनको इक्वल नहीं हो सकते, वी कैन नॉट डिनाई द फैक्ट, बट हमें इक्वल राइट्स तो हम दे सकते हैं। नाउ बेसिकली हेयर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द बैरियर्स टू जेंडर इक्वालिटी एंड इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ। इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ की हम यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं, सबसे बड़ा जो चैलेंज है वो ये, अगर जेंडर इनइक्वालिटी होगी, अगर जेंडर इनइक्वालिटी है तो सबसे बड़ा बैरियर है हमारे इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में। यहाँ पे हमने एलन शोल्टर के 4 मॉडल्स। एलन शोल्टर इज अ अमेरिकन लिटरेरी क्रिटिक जिन्होंने फेमिनिज्म में बहुत रिसर्च करी है, फेमिनिज्म में, और गाइनो क्रिटिसिज्म के थ्रू उन्होंने ये 4 मॉडल्स जो हैं हमारे पास दिए हैं, बायोलॉजिकल मॉडल, लिंग्विस्टिक मॉडल, साइकोएनालिटिक मॉडल एंड कल्चरल मॉडल। फर्स्टली वी विल टॉक अबाउट द बायोलॉजिकल मॉडल। बायोलॉजिकल मॉडल में हम बात कर रहे हैं बायोलॉजिकली, सेक्स इज डिटरमाइंड बायोलॉजिकली, और यहाँ पे बात हम कर रहे हैं कि जो प्रोफेशंस हैं उनको भी बायोलॉजिकली, मतलब मेन एंड वुमेन के बेसिस पे सेग्रीगेट किया जाता है कि कुछ प्रोफेशंस जो हैं वो मेल के लिए हैं, कुछ प्रोफेशंस जो हैं वो फीमेल के लिए हैं। जो कुछ प्रोफेशन मेल डोमिनेटेड माने जाते हैं, कुछ प्रोफेशन जो है वो फीमेल डोमिनेटेड, मतलब फीमेल्स के लिए माने जाते हैं। अकॉर्डिंग टू स्टैटिस्टिक्स 6.5% of the women work in male dominated industries and 82% of the people believe certain jobs are gender specific. Female dominated कुछ प्रोफेशन जैसे नर्सिंग है, टीचिंग है, मेल डोमिनेटेड प्रोफेशंस है कंस्ट्रक्शन एंड फायर फाइटिंग। सबसे बड़ा द बिगेस्ट क्वेश्चन हियर इज, डू जॉब्स हैव अ जेंडर? इज द गिवन प्रोफेशन टिपिकली फीमेल, मेल और जेंडर न्यूट्रल? हम यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं कि जो प्रोफेशंस हैं क्या वो भी जेंडर स्पेसिफिक होते हैं? ये जो सेग्रीगेशन है जेंडर प्रोफेशंस की, ये होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? 44% पीपल बिलीव करते हैं कि जो फीमेल्स हैं वो एक टीचिंग प्रोफेशन जो वो फीमेल्स के लिए होता है, 20% मेल के लिए होता है, और जो 36% ये बिलीव करती है इट इज अ जेंडर न्यूट्रल प्रोफेशन। तो यहाँ पे हम बायोलॉजिकली इस मॉडल के थ्रू हमने ये डिटरमाइन किया है कि जो प्रोफेशंस हैं वो भी बायोलॉजिकली उनकी सेग्रीगेशन की गई, जो कि नहीं होनी चाहिए। सबसे बड़ा बैरियर है, अगर ऐसा होता है तो दिस इज बैरियर, बिगेस्ट बैरियर इन द इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ।
अगर ये इसको हम स्टडी करेंगे तो ये सबसे बड़ा बैरियर है। और ये जो मॉडल्स हैं, दीज मॉडल्स आर लीनियर मॉडल। ये जो मॉडल्स हैं ये चारों लीनियरली वर्क करते हैं। जो फर्स्ट मॉडल है दैट इज इंक्लूडेड, बायोलॉजिकल मॉडल इज इंक्लूडेड इन द लिंग्विस्टिक मॉडल, एंड द फर्स्ट टू आर इंक्लूडेड इन द psychoanalytic model, and the third, all three models are included in the cultural model. Now talking about the linguistic model में हम बात करें लैंग्वेज की, कि लैंग्वेज भी कैसे बैरियर हो सकता है इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ के लिए, जेंडर इक्वालिटी के लिए, जेंडर इनइक्वालिटी के लिए। लैंग्वेज रेनफोर्सेस जेंडर स्टीरियोटाइप्स, मेल प्रोनाउंस हम यूज करते हैं। लैंग्वेज में हम बात करें, लैंग्वेज की हम बात इसलिए करें कि लैंग्वेज जो है एक सबसे बड़ा मीडियम है कम्युनिकेशन के लिए। अगर लैंग्वेज ही सबसे बड़ा मीडियम है, लैंग्वेज मिरर्स द सोसाइटी एंड इट्स बिलीफ, इट एक्ट एज ए ब्रीडिंग ग्राउंड ऑफ पेट्रियार्की। लैंग्वेज भी कुछ लैंग्वेज होती है वो हम जेंडर बेस्ड लैंग्वेज भी हम यूज़ करते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल हम प्रोनाउंस यूज़ करते हैं, चेयरमैन इंस्टेड ऑफ चेयरपर्सन। ये सारी भी लैंग्वेज कुछ स्टडीज़ के अकॉर्डिंग वेबसाइट्स है जैसे कि ऑक्सफोर्ड डिक्शनरी है या विकीपीडिया है, उनके पीछे भी ये स्टडी बताती है कि मेल डोमिनेशन जो है उसके पीछे काम करती है। तो लैंग्वेज भी जो है वो जेंडर स्पेसिफिक लैंग्वेज यूज़ होती है। तो ये भी एक सबसे बड़ा बैरियर है कि कैसे इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में और जेंडर इक्वालिटी में ये कैसे सबसे बड़ा बैरियर है। थर्ड इज द साइकोएनालिटिक मॉडल। साइकोएनालिसिस मॉडल में हम बात करेंगे साइकोलॉजी की, हम ह्यूमन साइकी कैसी है, कि कैसे हम मेल और फीमेल में डिस्क्रिमिनेशन करते हैं। साइकोलॉजी एक बायस्ड माइंडसेट हमारा बन जाता है जो हम सोसाइटी को फिर एक शेप करता है कि करियर चॉइसेस भी आगे फिर हम वैसे ही चूज़ करते हैं। हम पहले से एक माइंडसेट बना देते हैं कि जो टीचिंग प्रोफेशन है वो फीमेल्स के लिए बेटर है, जो कुछ मेल डोमिनेटेड प्रोफेशन हम बना देते हैं, इंजीनियर है, फायर फाइटर्स है, ये सारे प्रोफेशन को हम एक साइकी बन जाती है हमारी, जिसमें हम पहले से ही परसीव कर लेते हैं या हम उसको परसीव कर लेते हैं कि ये जो प्रोफेशंस हैं ये जेंडर स्पेसिफिक, उनको सेग्रीगेशन कर देते हैं जॉब्स की। Women perceived as better caregivers, men viewed as stronger leaders. 23% believe women shouldn't work in male-dominated jobs. Class in effect limits women leadership opportunities. तो ये भी सबसे बड़ा बैरियर कि हम पहले से ही साइकोलॉजिकली हमारा एक बैरियर बन जाता है इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में। Who makes a better worker? This is also a very big question. People believe that 42% of the female makes a better teacher, 18% male makes a better teacher, 41% believe करते हैं कि एक gender neutral profession है। 82% associate genders certain jobs with a specific gender. Now talking about the cultural model. Cultural model में हम बात करेंगे कल्चर की, कि कैसे कल्चर भी एक बहुत बड़ा बैरियर हो सकता है इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में और जेंडर इनइक्वालिटी में। अगर कल्चर मॉडल की हम बात कर रहे हैं तो उसमें सबसे पहली बात है कि कुछ कल्चर बैरियर्स हैं इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में। जो कल्चर मॉडल है इज द मोस्ट कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव मॉडल इनकॉर्पोरेटिंग हिस्टोरिकल, सोशल, पॉलिटिकल एंड इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स। जैसे पेट्रियार्किकल सोसाइटी हमारी बनी होती है। पेट्रियार्किकल सोसाइटी में सबसे बड़ी बात है कि मेल तो फीमेल्स के अगेंस्ट होते हैं, लेकिन फीमेल्स भी कुछ होती हैं जो सोसाइटी को फीमेल्स को आगे ग्रो करने से रोकती हैं। मेल डोमिनेशन तो होता ही होता है, पर कुछ फीमेल्स की भी इसमें पार्टिसिपेशन होती है जो इसमें इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में उनको कन्फाइन कर देती है। सन प्रेफरेंसेस सिस्टम होता है, जेंडर बेस्ड डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होता है, रिलीजियस एंड कल्चरल प्रैक्टिसेस भी होती हैं, अर्ली मैरिजेस हम कर देते हैं। ये सारे कल्चरल बैरियर्स हैं जो इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ में एक हिंड्रेंस क्रिएट करते हैं।
So otherwise your presentation was very refreshing and a different kind of topic that you have. But since the overall theme of this seminar is CSR, so what you could have done is that you could have presented what you have, because it's very nice, it gives us a different perspective. In the end, you could have correlated it with what like corporate or companies, have they done anything for reducing this gender inequality. So sometimes I understand, because as students of MA English, you cannot correlate much with the seminar. Then this is the trick. You understand the trick, that you present this But in the end, maybe one or two slides where you can correlate that how corporate houses are they doing something. Because when you say gender inequality, it's also about a social issue. So corporate also have a social responsibility towards reducing this gender inequality. So it would be interesting to find out, has any company does anything for reducing gender inequality? So in future, remember this, that you may present a topic like that. It is very fine and in fact very eye-opening. But at the same time, you can relate it with the seminar in this manner, like one or two slides on whether any company is contributing to reducing this gender inequality. Another thing, you have actually done this survey.
Yes, ma'am, it was a report. Then we analyzed it through a closed textual analysis.
Okay, so the source of the report is like report.
Ma'am, it was a data on my perfect resume site. So we collected the data.
Then you have to mention that source wherever
Ma'am, we
you
have
discuss.
mentioned it in the research paper.
Yeah, but in the presentation also, because when you say this much percentage and that, so we need to know that whether you have done it yourself or whether it is a secondary source. That has to be always given credit to, right? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Anshul. I request Mr. Tushar Nair to come forward with your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Tushar Nair, student of M.Com from Punjab University, Chandigarh, here to present my paper on the topic integration of CSR into business strategy. Starting with abstract. The motivation behind this study is to understand the CSR integration into the company strategy as a source of competitive advantages. CSR is an organization's obligation to operate in ways that are good for society and the environment. By integrating CSR into business strategy and stakeholder management, organizations can ensure enhancement of their value. This research paper delves into multi-faced aspects of integrating CSR into business strategy by examining theoretical underpinnings and practical applications of CSR integration. This paper aims to provide a comprehensive guide of how business can leverage CSR to achieve social impact and corporate success. Introduction. The purpose of this study is to proposal of a model for integration of CSR into strategy and culture of a company. CSR encompasses a wide range of activities including environment sustainability, healthcare, education, and ethical business practices. The meaning of CSR, as given by Freeman and Hasnoy, in 2010, corporate social responsibility is defined as a company's ongoing commitment to operate in a way that considers the interest in all stakeholders, including employees, customers, communities, and the environment. Not just maximizing profits and actively integrating social and environment considerations into business practices. Now, the literature view I used in my research paper is CSR is seen as key tool for advancing competitive advantages, creating creativity and innovation, as well as enhancing a company's reputation in the community. The study done by Casilo Esparza and others in 2024, by aligning CSR initiatives with core business objectives, companies can improve their financial performance by addressing social and environmental concerns. Study in 2020 done by Silta, Robi and others. One perspective emphasizes the need to navigate tensions that arise when integrating CSR into for-profit business activities. The case study of Construction Limited is used for identifying three types of persistent CSR tensions, namely strategic, organizational and operational, along with four management practices that led to both active and defensive navigation of these tensions. Now, Mirvis and Hawkins in 2006 also identified 5 stages of evolution in the process of integration between social responsibility and corporate strategy. Grainer and Larry, 1998, 5 specific phases, also given 5 specific phases of evolution and revolution, namely creativity, direction, delegation, coordination, and collaboration. Significance and challenges of CSR integration. Significance of CSR integration. The integration of CSR into business strategy have numerous benefits for organization. Firstly, it enhances brand reputation and customer loyalty. Secondly, CSR can drive innovation and create new business opportunities with competitive advantages. Thirdly, CSR integration can attract and retain best talent. Moreover, CSR integration can provide access to capital and investment opportunities. Finally, CSR can mitigate risk, improve shareholder relationships, and ensure compliance. Challenges of CSR integration. Despite the several benefits, integrating CSR into business strategy is not without its challenges. One main challenge is the need for long-term perspective, and business must engage with a wide range of stakeholders like customers, employees, and suppliers to ensure their CSR initiatives are aligned with their needs and expectations. Additionally, measuring and reporting on CSR performances is also very complex and therefore is no universally agreed upon set of metrics also. Now, I also studied the case of successful CSR integration of the company Unilever's Limited Sustainable Living Plan, USLP. USLP integrates CSR into core strategy through the Sustainable Living Plan, focusing on environmental sustainability, improving health, and enhancing livelihoods. This approach has led to brand growth, cost savings, and stakeholder trust. 4 models of CSR, as given by R.T. Carroll in 1991, known as Carroll CSR Pyramid. Economic responsibility is on the peak, and then legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and philanthropic responsibility. Results of my studies are as below. The analysis revealed that integration of CSR into corporate strategy has always positive impact on the growth and value of the business. Because with the integration, companies not only gain brand reputation, employees attention, but also help business to differentiate from their competitors, along with regulatory compliance and access to capital. The main benefits of integrating CSR into business strategies are enhanced brand duality, financial performance, employee engagement and retention. Challenges in implementation are also there. I studied that approximately 42% of the respondents mentioned a lack of alignment between CSR goals and overall business objectives as a significant barrier. So stakeholder expectations are also there. Stakeholder expectations, the data also reflected an increasing demand from stakeholders for transparency and accountability in CSR practices. Nearly 75% of surveyed stakeholders expressed a desire for companies to report on their CSR activities and outcomes. Integrating that transparency is becoming a critical factor in stakeholder trust and engagement. Now the discussion. The integration of CSR into business strategy has gained significant attention in both academic and practical areas. Our findings illuminate the multifaceted impact of CSR initiatives on organizational performance, employee engagement, and customer loyalty, contributing to the ongoing discourse surrounding this critical subject. So, conclusion: integrating CSR into business strategy is essential for long-term corporate success. The integration of CSR into business strategy is no longer a choice, but a necessity for organizations to seek to thrive in 21st century. In summary, it is essential for organizations to not only adopt CSR practices, but to genuinely commit to making a difference in the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tushar. So you are a student of Punjab University main campus, Chandigarh.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the work of your mentor.
No, ma'am.
It's
This
your
work
own
was
work.
mine.
So you have done some primary study because you are saying this much percentage of respondents are saying this thing. You have conducted a primary survey of
Yes,
CSR?
ma'am. For that purpose, I done my own survey.
So my only submission is like you have not specifically mentioned your objectives, and then when you do this kind of research work, why have you not made a PPT out of it, a presentation? So because you appear to be a confident speaker, and the contents of your presentation also appear to be like very sound ones. It feels that you have done some good work. So in today's time, if you have a presentation running over here, I think people would be able to give better attention to your work.
Sure.
Because I feel that you spoke confidently, and your contents also appear to me as they were worthwhile, like they are backed by some kind of research that you have done.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but when you don't, in today's time, earlier time it was fine. So if I have a PPT over here, then if I look into it, I also get a better view of your work, and the audience also is able to get more engrossed in the process, right? Otherwise, it's good. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our chief guest for the day arrived soon.
Right.
I extend my warm welcome to Dr. Sanjay Kaushik and Dr. Pratibha Kaushik. I would like to call Honorable Principal Sir Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar, Chief Guest of the day Dr. Sanjay Kaushik, Dr. Pratibha Kaushik, and convener of the seminar, Professor Jugal Kishore, to please come on the stage. Now I request Principal Sir to accord a green welcome to Dr. Sanjay Kaushik. I request Principal Sir to accord a green welcome to Dr. Sanjay Kaushik. I request Principal Sir to accord a green welcome to Dr. Pratibha Kaushik. Now I request Dr. Geetu Agnihotri to perform the badge pinning ceremony. renowned guests.
Thank you. Esteemed Professor Sanjay Kaushik, Dean College Development Council, Punjab University, Chandigarh, Madam Pratibha Kaushik, distinguished speaker for the day, Dr. Rupali Batra, chairperson for this technical session, my colleagues from D.A.V family, teachers from different institutions and dear students, आज हमारे लिए ये बड़ा सौभाग्य का समय है कि हमारे बीच आज प्रोफेसर संजय कौशिक जो डीन कॉलेज डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल हैं और यूजुअली बहुत बिजी रहते हैं, आज उन्होंने अपने बिजी शेड्यूल में से समय निकाला है D.A.V कॉलेज में आने के लिए। इसके लिए सर मैं आपका स्वागत भी करता हूं और सर का, मैडम का यहाँ पर आने के लिए धन्यवाद भी करता हूं। यहाँ मैं एक चीज जरूर शेयर करनी चाहूंगा कि मैं अपने इस 28 इयर्स के टीचिंग जर्नी में बहुत से लोगों से मिला हूं, लेकिन मैं पब्लिकली डिफरेंट स्टेजेस पर कहीं भी मुझे मौका मिलता है जहां सर बैठे होते हैं तो वहां एक चीज जरूर कहता हूं, चाहे सर कॉमर्स डिपार्टमेंट से हैं, लेकिन इनसे मैंने इतना कुछ सीखा है, इतना कुछ समझा है कि ये मेरे गुरु हैं जिन्होंने मुझे उस स्टेज से इस स्टेज तक पहुंचने में समय समय पर गाइडेंस दी है। सिर्फ मैं ही नहीं, मेरी तरह और बहुत से लोगों को मैं जानता हूं जिनसे कभी डिस्कशन होती है, मुझे पता भी नहीं होता कि वो सर को जानते हैं या नहीं, लेकिन उनसे भी जब ये सुनने को मिलता है कि अच्छा मैं ना उस चीज के बारे में कौशिक सर से पूछा था तो कौशिक सर ने ये कहा, मैंने इस तरह से किया, तो बहुत से मेरी तरह के इनके शिष्य हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने इनसे बहुत कुछ सीखा है। मैं स्टूडेंट्स को, स्पेशली जो कॉमर्स डिपार्टमेंट के स्टूडेंट्स बैठे हैं, उन्हें सौभाग्यशाली समझता हूं कि आज उन्हें कौशिक सर से ब्लेसिंग्स मिलेंगी। तो सर D.A.V परिवार में आने पर मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं। ये कॉलेज इसी वर्ष अपने 100 वर्ष पूरे करने जा रहा है। 1926 में लाला रामदास जी ने इस कॉलेज की शुरुआत की थी। पंडित रला राम, उन्होंने इस कॉलेज को आगे बढ़ाया। उनके बाद बहुत से प्रिंसिपल्स ने, D.A.V कॉलेज मैनेजिंग कमेटी ने अपनी एफर्ट से इस इंस्टीट्यूशन को ये 100 इयर्स तक पहुंचाने में कंट्रीब्यूट किया है। मैं सर यहाँ एक और चीज आपसे जरूर शेयर करनी चाहूंगा कि हर साल इंडिया टुडे ग्रुप की ओर से ऑल ओवर इंडिया कॉलेजेस की रैंकिंग की जाती है। उस रैंकिंग में हमारा कॉलेज पिछले कई सालों से इंडिया के टॉप 100 कॉलेजेस में आ रहा है। और साथ ही एक चीज में और बड़ी खुशी होती है मुझे बताते हुए कि इस साल जो लेटेस्ट जो इंडिया टुडे की रैंकिंग आई है, उस रैंकिंग में पंजाब में कितने कॉलेजेस हैं, अमंग कॉलेजेस ऑफ पंजाब कंप्यूटर्स में हमारा कॉलेज, चाहे होशियारपुर छोटा शहर है, नंबर 1 पर है। तो उसके लिए यूनिवर्सिटी की ओर से आपकी हमें गाइडेंस मिलती है, विसिनिटी के लोगों का इस इंस्टीट्यूशन में फेथ है और सबसे ज्यादा हमारी फैकल्टी और ये जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं पूरी मेहनत करते हैं। ये आप जैसे जो गणमान्य व्यक्ति हैं वो समय समय पर इंस्टीट्यूशन में आते हैं और हमें ब्लेसिंग्स देते हैं, हमें डायरेक्शन देते हैं। तो एक बार फिर मैं D.A.V परिवार की ओर से आपका हमारे कॉलेज में पधारने पर स्वागत करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Principal Sir. It has been great honor for me to introduce Dr. Sanjay Kaushik, a distinguished academician and researcher. He is a professor at University Business School, Punjab University, Chandigarh, holding the P.L. Tandon Professorship in Strategic Management. Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. Principal of this college, Dr. Vinay, dignitaries on the dais, the faculty sitting in front, dear students, and everyone who is present here. Let me begin with congratulating Dr. Vinay. When I was sitting in the principal's room, was able to see all those trophies which are displayed there, and what he was telling from this dais as well. So congratulations to him, the whole management committee and every staff member, the teaching faculty and the students as well, for making this college what it is now and leading in this area, and as he said, even in whole of the state of the Punjab. So congratulations, Doctor. Such a pleasure to see and hear about the achievements. And thank you so much for making me a part of this program. And the title, I know since morning you all must be discussing and debating, which says Corporate Social Responsibility and Sustainable Development. Sustainable development and CSR, students are sitting of commerce and the other streams as well. You must have heard a lot about this. When we say corporate social responsibility, so we are talking with companies, the corporate world, their responsibility, their social responsibility. And then we say, and the sustainable development. And you know, when we say sustainable, you must have heard since morning all those sustainable development goals which have been listed by the UNO. But let me just touch upon 3-4 goals out of those. It says, no hunger. Sustainable, that means throughout the world, and we are talking India, throughout the world, including India, we should be able to sustain as far as no hunger is concerned. There should be no hunger anywhere. But you know what? A large number of population is not able to have 3 times meal in India because they don't have the money to buy the food. It's a large portion, though for the last 10 years we have improved upon this as well. But still a number is there, they don't eat 3 times food. I have seen myself, though I am talking long back, I'll tell you an instance, और ये हकीकत की बात कर रहा हूँ. हम लोग बहुत छोटे होते थे, स्कूल में पढ़ते थे, तो एक पिकनिक पे गए. आप लोगों ने भी जरूर देखा होगा. पिकनिक पे सबने खाना घर से लेके गए थे, खाना खाया, फिर जो बच गया वो बड़ा सारा डस्टबिन उसके अंदर फेंक दिया. और फिर कुछ बच्चे आते हैं साइड से, जिनको रैग पिकर्स बोलते हैं आप लोग. वो आते हैं, उस डस्टबिन में हाथ मारते हैं और जो बचा हुआ खाना है उसको जैसे तैसे इकट्ठा करते हैं और साइड में बैठ के खा लेते हैं. हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं नो हंगर की. अब कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर क्या कर रहा है, कंपनीज क्या कर रही हैं, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया क्या कर रही है, और जितनी एनजीओस बनी हुई हैं वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, कॉलेजेस, यूनिवर्सिटीज, ये सब क्या कर रहे हैं, वो अपना अपना काम कर रहे हैं. और एक बहुत सारे लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. लेकिन केवल कंपनीज क्या कर रही हैं और सरकार क्या कर रही है और फिर हम लोग उसको देख के, पढ़ के, समझ के बैठ जाएं, वहां चीज खत्म नहीं होती. क्वेश्चन ये है कि वो जो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, और अगर मैं उसमें सिर्फ नो हंगर की बात कर रहा हूं, तो उसमें हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. 144 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन है, और उस 144 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन के अंदर हम लोग एक हिस्सा हैं. मेरा कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या है? मैं तो शायद इतना भी नहीं सोच पाता कि यार ये जो खाना मैंने खाया है इसमें से जो बच गया उठा के डस्टबिन में फेंक दिया और वो बेकार हो गया. और अगर हम वही खाना शायद उतना ही लें जितना हम लोग खा सकते हैं, तो शायद एक आदमी का भोजन उसमें से निकल पाए. तो रिक्वेस्ट केवल इतनी है जितने स्टूडेंट्स खास तौर पे बैठे हुए हैं, वो जो सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है जिसमें हम कॉर्पोरेट बोल रहे हैं, उस कॉर्पोरेट के साथ साथ सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मेरी अपनी जो है उसको जरूर देखें। और तब जो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, बिलीव में 2030 5 साल रह गए केवल। सुबह से मुझे पता है आप लोगों ने बहुत बात की होगी ये कि 2030 तक ये सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स पूरे वर्ल्ड में टारगेट रखा गया था कि हम लोगों ने अचीव करने हैं। कोई चांस नहीं है हम उसके नजदीक पे, हम का मतलब पूरे वर्ल्ड की बात कर रहा हूं, हम लोग नजदीक भी नहीं है। इसका मतलब क्या है? इट विल टेक नंबर ऑफ इयर्स जब हम कहेंगे कि नो हंगर एक टारगेट हो गया है, पर उस चीज को नजदीक पहुंचने के लिए मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है आप सबसे, हम लोग भी अपना योगदान करें। हम लोग स्टूडेंट्स हैं और आप लोग तो यंग जनरेशन है, आप लोगों से हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशंस और भी ज्यादा हैं। हम भी अपना योगदान दें। फिर आपने दूसरा सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल भी सुना होगा, पढ़ा होगा या डिबेट सुबह से हुआ होगा, नो पावर्टी। नो पावर्टी के जी ये जो गरीबी है ये नहीं होनी चाहिए, बिल्कुल सही है। पर मैं आपको एक चीज, सॉरी मैं यहां से खड़े होकर बात कर रहा हूं, पर मैं आपको एक चीज दावे के साथ कह सकता हूं, किसी को गरीब से और गरीब बनाना हो, किसी को अमीर से गरीब बनाना हो, उसका एक बहुत सही तरीका है, उसको चीजें मुफ्त देनी शुरू कर दो। वो घर बैठेगा, मस्त खाएगा और जो कुछ है उसको भी खत्म करेगा। ये जो हम लोग आदत डाल रहे हैं अपने अंदर कि चीज को फ्री मिल जाए, फलां चीज फ्री मिल जाए, फलां वो कोई भी दे, वो चाहे कंपनी दे, वो हमें कॉलेज दे दे, वो हमें यूनिवर्सिटी दे दे, या वो हमें सरकार दे दे। ये जो फ्री का कंसेप्ट है ये नो पावर्टी तो नहीं ला पाएगा। इसलिए रिक्वेस्ट ये है, खास तौर पे वो आदमी जो सामर्थ्यवान है, खास तौर पे वो आदमी जिसके पास है साधन और संसाधन, इन फ्री की चीजों से दूर रहिए। मैं यकीन मानिए स्टडीज के बेस के ऊपर कह सकता हूं आपको कि शायद तब हम लोग ये नो पावर्टी 2030 या जो भी हम बात कर रहे हैं टारगेट 2030 नहीं तो मान लो 35 तक 40 तक हम लोग शायद वहां पे पहुंच पाए। फिर हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग, यही कहा गया ना सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल के अंदर, हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग। आप जानते हैं बड़ा अजीब फिगर है, हम लोग जब छोटे थे, आप या आपकी एज के थे, मुझे नहीं लगता हम लोगों ने कभी ये बात सुनी थी कि फलां आदमी को डिप्रेशन हो गया, हमने नहीं सुनी थी। और अगर कभी सुनते थे तो हमें लगता था डिप्रेशन हो गया, कोई कोई मिलता था, कोई हजारों में ले लेकर। और आज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की रिपोर्ट क्या कह रही है, 2000 अगर हम लोग 2025 की बात कर रहे हैं, इस साल की रिपोर्ट क्या कहती है, एज ग्रुप 13 साल का बच्चा बहुत छोटा नहीं होता है, थोड़ा बड़ा होना शुरू हो जाता है। 13 से 18 साल का बच्चा जवान होता है। 13 से 18 साल की उम्र का बच्चा जो हिंदुस्तान के अंदर रहता है, 52% ऑफ दोज, 52% उनमें से साइकोलॉजिकली इल हैं, चाहे वो डिप्रेशन के शिकार हैं, चाहे वो किसी भी तरह से, पर साइकोलॉजिकली इल हैं। बच्चे, इस एज के बच्चे हिंदुस्तान के अंदर साइकोलॉजिकली इल कैसे हो गए? ऐसा क्या हो गया ओवर द इयर्स कि हम लोग साइकोलॉजिकली परेशान रहने लगे? वो शायद इसलिए कि हम लोगों ने अपने टारगेट्स बहुत बड़े बड़े सेट कर लिए, लेकिन वो बड़े टारगेट सेट करने के लिए जितनी मेहनत, जितनी हिम्मत, जितनी लगन और जितनी इच्छा शक्ति चाहिए, उस हिसाब से शायद हमने काम नहीं किया। फिर वो गैप रह गया, तो हमारे दिमाग के ऊपर असर करने लगा। फिर हम लोगों ने भी एज पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों से इतनी ज़्यादा उम्मीदें लगा दी कि 13 साल का बच्चा ही बेचारा डिप्रेस्ड हो गया कि अगर मैं फर्स्ट नहीं आया तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा, अगर मुझे 90% मार्क्स नहीं आए तो पता नहीं दुनिया शायद खत्म हो जाएगी। वहां पे भी गलती कर गए हम लोग। बड़े से बड़ा अगर काम आप लोगों ने करना है, अगर आप किसी को ये लगता है कि मुझे बड़ा होके तो बहुत अच्छा क्रिकेटर बनना है, बड़ा अच्छा प्लेयर बनना है, किसी ने बहुत अच्छा एजुकेशनिस्ट बनना है, किसी ने बहुत बड़ा प्रोफेसर बनना है, मान लीजिए किसी ने बहुत बड़ा पॉलिटिशियन बनना है, आप जो मर्जी अपना टारगेट सेट कर लीजिए, अचीव तभी कर पाएंगे अगर मेंटली एंड फिजिकली आप अच्छे हो। और मेंटली और फिजिकली अच्छे होने के लिए बहुत अच्छे डॉक्टर्स की जरूरत नहीं है, यकीन मान लीजिए, ना ही किसी की सपोर्ट की जरूरत है, वो केवल अपनी इच्छा शक्ति और मन की शक्ति चाहिए आपको। अपने को कंट्रोल करना सीखिए, डिप्रेशन अपने आप दूर होगा। साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है। अगर मैं सही सोचता हूं, सही खाता हूं, सही पीता हूं, अगर मैं सही काम करता हूं, तो आप यकीन मान लीजिए डिप्रेशन या साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम नहीं आ सकती। ये तब आती है जब मैं गलत सोचता हूं, गलत संगति है, गलत साथी हैं, गलत विचार हैं, सब कुछ गलत है रखा हुआ आसपास, तब ये दिक्कतें आती हैं। तो आपसे रिक्वेस्ट की है, ये जो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल हम कहते हैं जी, फिजिकल एंड मेंटल वेलबींग, वो फिजिकल एंड मेंटल वेलबींग के लिए यूएनओ की वेट मत करिए, ना ही उसके लिए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की वेट करिए, उसके लिए खुद आपको सामने आना पड़ेगा। सुबह अगर आप उठ सकते हैं जल्दी, सुबह अगर आप उठकर प्राणायाम कर सकते हैं, जितनी भी हमें चीजें बताई गई हैं आजकल तो टीवी और हर जरिए से पता लगती हैं, तो आप यकीन मानिए, आप सुबह उठते हैं, सैर करते हैं, बॉडी का अपना ध्यान रखते हैं, माइंड का अपना ध्यान रखते हैं, खाते पीते हैं ठीक, तो आपको मेंटल या इस हिंदुस्तान को मेंटल एंड फिजिकल वेलबींग बनाने में फिर 5 या 10 साल भी नहीं चाहिए। फिर हम लोग ऑटोमेटिक, कम से कम ये वो गोल है जो हम लोग शायद बहुत जल्दी अचीव कर जाएंगे। तो हमें अपना कंट्रोल अपने ऊपर खुद रखना होगा। आप लोग यंग जनरेशन है, जितने मर्जी एसडीजीज की हम लोग बात करें, और क्योंकि कॉलेज में बैठे हैं तो एक सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल की और बात करूंगा, उसके बाद आई टेक माय सीट। क्वालिटी एजुकेशन की बात करते हैं, हम लोग टीचर्स बैठे हैं, एसडीजी में कहा गया कि क्वालिटी एजुकेशन होनी चाहिए, यस बिल्कुल होनी चाहिए, पर किस तरह की क्वालिटी एजुकेशन? इसलिए जो हमने एजुकेशन पॉलिसी, जिसको नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 कहते हैं और कुछ लोग उसको न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी भी बोल देते हैं, उस और जहां कॉलेजेस में हमने पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी में इस साल से लागू किया, उसका बेसिक फंडामेंटल कैरेक्टर ही ये है। क्वालिटी एजुकेशन में उन्होंने क्या कहा? क्वालिटी किस चीज की? क्वालिटी जो आप पढ़ते और पढ़ाते हैं। तो अगर मैं साइकोलॉजी पढ़ रहा हूं, मैं सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ता हूं, मैं मैथमेटिक्स या इंग्लिश जो भी सब्जेक्ट पढ़ता हूं, वो पढ़ाई किस तरह की? वो जमाना चला गया जब कंपनीज वाले ये कहते थे कि यार जो हमें चाहिए वो अलग है, जो आप पढ़ के आए वो बिल्कुल अलग है, तालमेल नहीं है। तो एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में कहा गया कि उसका तालमेल होना चाहिए। थ्योरी मस्ट रिलेट टू द प्रैक्टिस, या दूसरे शब्दों में व्हाट इज बीइंग प्रैक्टिस्ड मस्ट बी टोल्ड इन द क्लासेस। तो आप उस क्वालिटी एजुकेशन को बढ़ाने के लिए हम लोग टीचर्स या एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के अंदर जितना जोर लगा रहे हैं, उतना ही जोर स्टूडेंट्स का लगना चाहिए। कंप्लीट पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट को ध्यान में रख के गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने वो पॉलिसी बनाई, जो लेटेस्ट एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है। इसलिए वो क्वालिटी एजुकेशन आपको क्या कहती है? आप पढ़िए, समझिए, इस्तेमाल करिए उस चीज को, और खुद एक कंप्लीट ह्यूमन बीइंग बनिए। और वो कंप्लीट ह्यूमन बीइंग में वो हेल्थ एंड मेंटल वेलबींग भी उसी का हिस्सा है। वो आपकी सोच किस तरह की होनी चाहिए वो भी इसी का हिस्सा है। और अल्टीमेटली ये बताया जाता है कि आप अपने लिए, अपने परिवार के लिए, अपने शहर या गांव के लिए, अपने कॉलेज और यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए, और सबसे ऊपर इस देश के लिए एसेट बनिए। वो तभी हो पाएगा यदि आपकी एजुकेशन वो क्वालिटी वाली है, वो तभी हो पाएगा अगर आप फिजिकली, मेंटली बिल्कुल तंदुरुस्त हैं। तो हम लोग जितने यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, मेरी सबसे केवल इतनी रिक्वेस्ट है कि सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स को जब हम लोग बार बार पढ़ रहे हैं और एक कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की जब हम बार बार बात कर रहे हैं, तो जो वो कर रहे हैं वो सब सही है, लेकिन उसमें आप अपना रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ढूंढ लीजिए कि मुझे क्या करना है। और कंपटीशन इतना बढ़ गया हुआ है, क्या करोगे? कंपटीशन केवल आपका अपने डीएवी कॉलेज का आपस में तो है नहीं है, कंपटीशन इस कॉलेज का जितने आसपास के कॉलेज हैं उनसे, फिर कंपटीशन पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी के जितने कॉलेज हैं उनसे, फिर पूरे पंजाब या मान लीजिए हिंदुस्तान के कॉलेजेस से, और अब तो कंपटीशन आपका कनाडा और अमेरिका और फलां जितने भी ये बाहर लोग जाते हैं उनके कॉलेजेस के साथ भी है। क्यों बच्चे यहाँ से वहाँ जा रहे हैं या वहाँ से आ रहे हैं, वो कंपटीशन तो है, क्योंकि नौकरी तो आपको वर्ल्ड वाइड होनी है, और कंपटीशन वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस या टेक्नोलॉजी या डिजिटाइजेशन जितनी भी हो रही है उसकी वजह से भी अब पूरे वर्ल्ड के अंदर हर आदमी हर जगह जा रहा है, तो कंपटीशन आपका वैसे भी बढ़ गया। इसलिए अपने आप को उस कंपटीशन के लिए भी तैयार रखिए। और अब तो कंपटीशन ऐसा भी हो गया कि टीवी खोलते हो तो पहले तो एंकर बनने के लिए आपको कई तरह की तैयारियां करनी पड़ती थी कि मुझे एक मान लीजिए टीवी में अपीयर होना है, एंकर बनना है, और आजकल तो आपने देखा ना, एंकर भी एआई ऑपरेटेड, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, वो लड़की एआई के थ्रू जनरेट करके वो वहां पे बिठा रखी हैं। आपको अब उससे भी कंपीट करना है कि वो आपकी जगह ना ले ले। आने वाला समय अब इस तरह का है, तो अपने आप को उस आने वाले चैलेंज के लिए तैयार रखिए। जितने सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स हैं, बस ये बात कह के मैं छोड़ रहा हूं कि जितने सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स हैं उसके अंदर प्लीज अपनी भागीदारी और अपना रोल ढूंढिए और उस रोल को बखूबी निभाइए। मुझे लगता है तब इस कॉलेज का और आप सबका और हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी का योगदान इस देश को आगे बढ़ाने में सफल होगा। मुझे इस प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा बनाने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू सो मच। गॉड ब्लेस यू। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us. Your suggestions are really valuable. And thank you once again for such an elaborated discussion on sustainable development. Now I would like to invite Dr. Vinay Kumar, Principal of the College and Convener of the seminar, Professor Jugal Kishore, to felicitate our distinguished guests. Dr. Sanjay Kaushik, and Dr. Pratibha Kaushik. Thank you, sir and ma'am. We would like to continue with our presentation for technical session. And for next presentation, I would like to call Dr. Ritu Kumra.
और चिल्ड्रन चले गए सारे ओ भाई मैडम बोला
Good afternoon, everyone. So I was the first presenter in the morning, and since morning I am waiting for my presentation. So now I am having very few persons to listen my presentation. So please, students, have a seat. Those who are going outside, so please just wait for 5 minutes. Because the thing is that we all are teachers. We all are teaching in different colleges. I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. Ritu Kumra, and I am working as a district research coordinator at District Institute of Education and Training. And the thing is that we don't have, just like Sir has said, that we have to fix our own responsibility for attaining the sustainability. Because since morning we are thinking about the sustainability. Whenever I talk about sustainability, I always say, I give an example. When I was very young at that time, I don't think the students, they might have seen that advertisement often come in the television. At that time, we don't have more access to the television, but at that time, one advertisement came कि पापा, when I grow up, मैं एक साइकिल की दुकान खोलूँगा. I think किसी ने, शायद बच्चों ने तो नहीं देखी होगी, but we have seen. I think teachers जो हैं उन्होंने जरूर देखी होगी. The thing is, at that time, sustainability जो था, it was not वो इतना, मतलब ये जो word है, terminology we are using these days, sustainability वो हम use नहीं कर रहे थे. उस वक्त यही था कि we don't have to over exploit the resources, but we have to utilize and the resources in an effective way, that we have to protect the resources for the future generations as well. So this is only the sustainability. So all have to fix. Sustainability is important for us as well as for the coming generation. It's more important because they have to fix their role in the society to become sustainable. And when we talk about the Viksit Bharat, like in 2047, we all think that since our childhood we are in economics, we are studying that we have to make our country India is a developing country, and we have to make it a developed country. That development is possible only if we all attain the sustainable development goals, like Sir has already in earlier sessions, different speakers, they have told about different things, that how we can achieve these goals and we can become Viksit Bharat, or we can become a developed country. Because we don't have to wait for 22 years more to become developed. Because here the thing is कि आज ही अगर हम अपनी responsibility fix कर लेते हैं, being a good social being and protecting our environment and each and everything, then definitely we can achieve the goal very soon. We don't have to wait for 22 years more. So let me come to my now research topic. So the today's topic is exploring sustainability, opportunities and challenges for women in digital entrepreneurship. A SWOT analysis was done. So it's a primary study in which I have a SWOT analysis was done with the strengths, weaknesses, then opportunities and threats of the 31 women who are working in the digital, who are working as the digital entrepreneurs. I have taken the primary, I have collected the primary data. So first of all, I would like to tell that how this research paper, my research paper is related with today's topic, today's theme of this seminar. Because the theme is related with CSR as well as it's related with sustainable development. So CSR, it's a driver for the women's digital entrepreneurship, and many companies, they incorporate the women empowerment as well as the digital inclusion into their CSR initiatives. And large corporations and startups, they often provide the funding, training, mentorship and infrastructure support to the women entrepreneurs, enabling them to build their sustainable digital businesses. So that's why this topic is directly related with the theme of this seminar. The second is sustainability to digital entrepreneurship. So economic sustainability
sustainability, the women digital businesses, they contribute to the economic sustainability by creating jobs, by fostering the innovation and reducing the income disparity. And social sustainability, because digital entrepreneurship, it helps the women overcome the traditional barriers like mobility restrictions and the work-life balances challenges. Then environmental sustainability, so digital businesses, they often operate with a lower carbon footprints than traditional businesses, supporting the green initiative. So that's why this topic is directly related with the theme of this seminar. Now I come to the introduction part, that the rapid expansion of the digital technologies, they provide a new avenues for the entrepreneurship, enabling individuals, including the women, to start and to grow the businesses with relatively low barriers to entry. And the rise of digital platforms, e-commerce, social media, they have empowered the women entrepreneurs, allowing them to leverage the online tools and networks to assess the global markets, reduce the operational costs, and maintain the flexible work arrangements. However, the digital entrepreneurial space also presents the distinct challenges ranging from the gender bias and unequal access to resources to digital literacy gap. So this research paper, it explores the opportunities, challenges faced by the women in digital entrepreneurship through a SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats analysis, with a focus on understanding the internal and external factors that influence their entrepreneurial journeys. So when I talk about the research methodology, so qualitative research methodology, it was used, and exploratory the study is there, which understand the experiences of the women in digital entrepreneurship, and a proposed sampling method was used in which 31 women entrepreneurs who have relevant experience and knowledge about the field from Punjab, India, the data was collected. And the study sample, it includes the women from the various sectors, which includes the e-commerce, content creation, and data were collected through the in-depth interviews, allowing for the comprehensive understanding of the opportunities and challenges they face. And the findings were analyzed using the SWOT framework to identify the key internal and external factors influencing their success in digital entrepreneurial landscape. Now I directly jump to the strengths and weaknesses which were identified from this research study. The first strength was a growing presence in the digital economy. Second is the innovation and the tech-driven solutions, and the rise of female-focused online communities. You might have seen that so many women, they are online, they are selling their products. So this gave rise to the female-focused online communities. So these were the three main strengths which were identified by this study. And the weaknesses which were identified were the societal gender roles, gap in technical skills, lack of mentorship, and the networks. Then opportunities and threats. Opportunities were the emerging markets, because now they can sell their product worldwide. Anywhere the product can be sold. So emerging markets, advancement in the digital tools, supportive policy for the women entrepreneurship, flexibility and the work-life balance, access to the global markets. And the threats were the cyber harassment, lack of regulations and the protection for the women in the digital world, increased competition in the digital markets, challenges with funding and technical challenges were identified. Now, on the basis of these threats, strengths, opportunities, and weaknesses, the different factors were identified, both the internal factors as well as the external factors, which are helping in the success of the digital entrepreneurship. So the internal factors which were identified were the skills and education. Skills and education, so they are really required. And financial resources. I have not explained this factor because a very small presentation I have made, but in the research paper the complete explanation is given. Skills and education, financial resources, motivation and vision, networking and social capital. Then more of the external factors they were identified. The first is the market dynamics, funding and credit access, digital economy growth, cultural constraints, customer perceptions, community support, digital infrastructure, training, upskilling opportunities, platform accessibility, cyber security, urban versus the rural divide. So all these were the external factors which were identified on the basis of the study. Now, what are the policy recommendations? Like digital literacy and skill development programs
everyone should be initiated, and mentorship and networking should be should be there for the promoting the women and the digital platforms. Funding support should be given. Legal protection and the cyber security. Nowadays, cyber security is very important. So such protection must be given. So the conclusion of this research paper is that research paper it highlights the dynamic landscape of the digital entrepreneurship for women, underscoring tremendous strengths, weaknesses, opportunity and significant challenges that face with the identification of internal and external factors affecting their success. While the women they are increasing, making their mark in the digital economy, addressing the barriers to this success, it requires a comprehensive strategies that tackle the gender bias, skill gaps and unequal access to resources. And by fostering an inclusive digital entrepreneurial ecosystem, we can empower more women to lead successful ventures and contribute to the growth of the global economy. So this is all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ritu. Indeed, it was, I think, a presentation that was backed by primary data, so yes, that was reflected in it. My only submission, I just want to ask whether that 31 women entrepreneurs yes, that you have selected, yes, are they from which area?
They are from Punjab only, ma'am.
Punjab. So
yes,
you have taken a representation from different cities?
Yes, ma'am, from different cities.
Yeah, so whenever I think you are very much clear on yes, that, whenever you have to mention or discuss your research, so you should highlight yes, that thing. Yeah, that would be nice. And second, you have like analyzed the data and you have collected that through interview method?
Yes, ma'am, interview method.
So you had certain set of questions?
Questions were set up. And okay, I have made a Google form, and I have sent it to the different.
Since I appreciate that and I really acknowledge that you have done a wonderful work. Only thing, if you have actually taken primary data from 31 women entrepreneurs, then I would advise you that you present it and write it in a more,
yes, ma'am, it's already selected in some international book. It's already selected. Yesterday only I got made. Yeah, okay, presentation I have not made, so that's why
I congratulate you on that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ritu Kumra. Now, I will request Ms. Elizabeth to come forward for her presentation.
We all know time and money are the two most valuable resources in business. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Time is money." This quote highlights the importance of using our time wisely and efficiently in order to achieve our goals. Good morning, everyone. My name is Elizabeth. I am a student of D.A.V College, Hoshiarpur, currently pursuing BCom graduation. Now my topic is integration of CSR and sustainable practices in mergers and acquisitions. However, I would like to add another dimension to the quote I just
but they are also about the impact we have on society and the environment. As P.T. Barnum once said, money is a terrible master, but an excellent servant. This quote reminds us that money is a tool, not an end in itself. And when it comes to CSR, we are not just talking about spending money in philanthropy or sustainability initiatives. We are talking about using our resources to create long-term value for our stakeholders and the environment. So today, we'll be exploring the importance of CSR in business and how it can help us create a more sustainable and responsible future. Now, let's get started on this journey of exploring the power of CSR and how it can help us to make a positive impact on the world. Now, in this presentation, I'll be using and emphasizing on three main keywords, that is CSR, sustainability, and mergers and acquisitions. Let's learn about them in brief. As in the introduction we can see, the best way to make money is to solve a problem. So what is CSR?
Excuse me, Elizabeth, if you don't mind, since we are already exceeding the time limits, so could you just focus on the main objectives of your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Sure.
each of the remaining participants, so may focus on the objectives, and then you may come to your discussion part and what you have found out and the conclusion part of the same, right?
Yes.
So you could just focus on that, right? Thank you.
So as we already have heard much about CSR, the main focus of the topic is role of sustainability and mergers and acquisitions. Now what is sustainability? Sustainability in business focuses on meeting the needs of present without compromising future generations. By prioritizing sustainable practices, companies can reduce their environmental impact, enhance resources efficiency, and promote social equity, making them more attractive during M&A processes. Now, let's just look upon a case study. Now that we have set the stage for importance of CSR in business, let's dive deeper into the key areas. In today's business landscape, sustainability is no longer just a nicety but a necessity. Consumers, investors, and governments are all demanding the companies prioritize sustainability and transparency in their operations. In 2000, Unilever acquired Ben & Jerry's, a leading ice cream company brand known for its strong and social environmental values. As a part of the acquisition, Unilever committed to preserving Ben & Jerry's CSR values and autonomy, while also integrating the brand's sustainability practices into its own operations. The result? Unilever was able to leverage Ben & Jerry's expertise in sustainability and CSR to drive positive change across its entire portfolio of brands. So, what can we learn from this case study? First, CSR considerations in M&As, preserving brand identity. Third, employee engagement. M&As present a unique opportunity for companies to integrate sustainability and CSR into their business operations. Secondly, prioritizing sustainability and CSR in M&A transactions can drive long-term value and outperformance. Thirdly, companies can leverage the expertise and values of acquired brands to drive positive change across the entire portfolio. Next we have the future trends in M&A. The future of M&A will increasingly involve a focus on sustainability and CSR. As stakeholders demand greater accountability, companies that prioritize these values will likely lead the market adapting to these trends is crucial for long-term success and competitiveness. Conclusion.
positive legacy for all the stakeholders. As the great business leader Paul Polman once said, business has a responsibility to contribute to the well-being of society and to do so in a way that it is sustainable and responsible. So let us take these words to heart and strive to create a future where business and society thrive together. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I suppose this work is with some mentor. Yes. Okay, so it's interesting to explore CSR in M&A. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now I request Ms. Komal to come forward with her presentation.
I request all the participants to just briefly introduce in 1 or 2 lines, come over to the objectives, and then we can have the findings and conclusion. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Komal, and I am currently pursuing MA English from D.A.V College, Kasua. So my presentation is on the sub-theme, that is gender equality and inclusive growth. And the title of my presentation is Breaking Barriers, Addressing Discrimination and Harassment Across Sectors for a More Equitable Society. So first of all, I would like to tell you about what is inclusive growth. As per OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, inclusive growth is that economic growth which is distributed fairly across society and creates opportunities for all. That means economic growth which takes women and other gender into account and provide them equal opportunities and benefits. So importance of gender equality in inclusive growth includes expansion of the labor force. It boosts economic growth and it also challenges social norms. So if we have large number of people, if we have gender diverse labor force, then we can boost our economic growth, and it will also challenge the social norms and stereotypes which are prevailing in the society for men and women. So I have taken these major sectors into study, which tells us about gender discrimination and sexual harassment of women at workplace. First of all, corporate sector. So you might have heard of notable cases like of Tarun Tejpal from Tehelka magazine, R.K. Pichori, and Justice Ganguly. These people were accused of sexual harassment by the women colleague. So reports indicate a rise in complaints showing increased awareness but also the persistent nature of the issue. Then comes unorganized sector. Unlike organized sector, we can see that in unorganized sector, there is a lack of legal protection. So due to the fear of job loss and social stigma, women fear to complain against the accuser. And recent cases include accusations against politician Prajwal Revanna and an Indian Army officer who were accused by their own house help. Then comes military and police forces. So institutions which are tasked with protecting society must first ensure the safety and dignity of their own personnel. So people or women working in military and police forces are fearful, or you can say are harassed by the seniors, male officers, and the cases include complaints against Air Force and Army officers as well as CRPF and police personnel. Then comes sports sector. So you can see the data which was obtained via an RTI, via RTI. 45 cases were reported in 2010 to 19, and 29 of these cases were against the coaches itself. So cases include Indian wrestlers' protest and allegations against coach R.K. Sharma's lack of strict policies and accountability discourages women from pursuing sports. industry, we have cases like the Me Too movement, which exposed industry-wide misconduct. Bollywood and regional film industry continue to face accusations of discrimination and exploitation. Medical institutions, harassment is rampant in hospitals, colleges, and healthcare settings. Uh, the cases include assaults on female doctors and the misuse of ragging practices to normalize misogyny. So unsafe environments prevailing in the society discourage women to to participate in different sectors and pursue their dream jobs and careers. Educational institutions, a very recent case is of casteism and transphobia at Hyderabad University, where the clothes of two Dalit trans women were burned. So the question here arises is, are people more aware of their rights now, or has harassment genuinely increased? My point of view here is that both the things have increased. So what could be the measures that we can take? So ensuring safer workplaces, strict policies and legal action against harassment can promote inclusivity, awareness campaigns, gender sensitization and equal opportunities can help close gender gaps. The basic need of the hour is to change the societal mindset. We need to change the patriarchal mindset to include every gender in every sector of the society. A truly inclusive society fosters equal participation, leading to sustainable and equitable growth for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Komal. It was a very well-managed presentation, and visually also it was very appealing one. So it shows your work that goes into making the same. Only thing, you and your another friend, I think, Anshu.
Yes,
yeah. So you both have done good work because you are talking about gender inequalities. The same submission. You are quite close to the topic because we are talking about social responsibility, and everybody has a social responsibility towards these issues. Only thing, what I told her, like in the end, you could always mention about some companies or some corporate houses which are working towards removing this kind of gender inequality. Then it becomes like a part of the actual theme of the seminar. Otherwise, it's a very good work. Both of you should continue working on such topics. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Komal. Now, I request Ms. Manvi to come forward with her presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Manvi of BCom Sem 6, here to present on innovation in CSR through tech for a sustainable future. Before we dive right in, I want everyone to take a couple of seconds and think about just one thing: how technology has changed our lives within the last 2 decades. What kind of innovations have taken place so far and yet are taking? How our lives have been changed so much through these technologies and innovations. The innovations that have taken place so far are beyond imagination for most of us. And so here we are to discuss on CSR, where we are going beyond profits. And therefore my topic is on Beyond Profits, Innovating CSR through Technology for a Sustainable Future. We have already repeatedly discussed the topic of CSR. Let's move forward on how technology is transforming CSR. We have 3 major points to cover on this. First is on AI and big data.
short, signifies AI more. Next is blockchain. Blockchain is simply decentralized digital ledger that records transactions transparently and securely. Blockchain is mostly used in different examples. For example, we have cryptocurrency and voting systems, and for the carbon credit trading systems. All of these examples use blockchain in them. Next is IoT and sustainability. IoT stands for Internet of Things. We are all very much aware of what exactly it is, but not about the term. IoT is a network of connected devices to collect and exchange data using the internet. We all have seen the appliances and the different vehicles that use this technology, but we are not very much aware that it was known as Internet of Things. Reduction of waste by tracking goods more efficiently and optimizing electricity use is the main focus of IoT, along with sustainability. Next, let's talk in brief about bridging the digital divide with CSR. What exactly is digital divide?
Excuse me, can you just come over to your main objective and findings? Like what you have included in this work. We just want to know the findings of your work and the conclusion.
Sure.
So we are talking about the role of these technologies in CSR.
Yes.
So what role does these technology play in CSR? You just come to that portion and then you can conclude the same.
Next, we were about to talk about sustainability and tech, but the relationship on that is not very much important. So let's just jump to the next portion. Here I was about to talk about 3 case studies that I had researched upon. The first one was Patagonia, which is an American international clothing brand, which was very much committed to the environmental sustainability and ethical practices, and therefore it's very much known. So major points for Patagonia were recycled material for clothing. They used recycled material and encouraged the customers to repair and replace the old clothes.
It's an honor to welcome our Honorable President, Sir, Dr. Anup Kumar. Welcome you, sir. I request Principal Sir and convener of the seminar, Professor Valedictory, to accord a formal green welcome to President Sir. I request Principal Sir to accord green welcome to our President Sir.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Principal Sir to come up the stage and extend a formal welcome. I invite
Now let us continue with the discussion we were having earlier. I will be jumping on to the main conclusion, the main topic, where we have witnessing the rapidly increasing technological advancements and innovation. It won't be wrong to say that CSR is going to be not an option, but rather a necessity in future for the businesses. Major points under that I would like to discuss are
AI-driven social impact projects. AI allows companies to create scalable, data-driven solutions that have a real social impact rather than the traditional philanthropy. Blockchain ensuring 100% transparency. By eliminating corruption and fraud practices in CSR initiatives with real-time tracking and accountability, blockchain ensures that businesses don't claim sustainability but rather prove it. And last point we are on, sustainability becoming a business norm. As companies are creating CSR from an optional, as companies are treating CSR from being an optional activity to integrating it into their core business models. In future, more companies will be investing in renewable energy, zero-waste policies, and ethical sourcing as a part of their core business strategies. And that was all about it. As we move into the future, innovation and technology are becoming powerful catalysts in reshaping corporate social responsibility. I would like to conclude it with one last line, saying that beyond profits lies the true purpose of businesses, that is, creating a better world. Thank you.
Thank you, Manvi. Actually, it's a very interesting topic when you are studying the impact of innovation and technology in CSR. So you could continue this further and going for a better investigation of the same, because it was a very limited one. So the topic sounds very interesting, but it requires more in-depth exploration and insight. So that is the thing which is lacking over here. Thank you.
Thank you, Manvi. I would like to thank all the participants who came here and presented their valuable work. Now, I request Dr. Rupali Batra to please come upon the stage and conclude this technical session.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected President Sir, respected Principal Sir, Dr. Vinay, respected Sir, Dr. Kishore, all the respected faculty members and the speakers and my dear students. So, first of all, I would like to congratulate the college for picking up such a relevant topic for this seminar, because today, like Sanjay Kaushik Sir also mentioned, when the world is talking about sustainable development goals, when the whole world is focusing on the 17 sustainable development goals, which have to be attained by 2030, no doubt it appears to be a difficult feat, but still, we are moving towards the focus on that. We talk about globalization, we talk about corporatization, and somewhere down the lane we have forgotten about the planet, we have forgotten about sustainability, we have forgotten many things on the way to achieving more technological growth. So somewhere down the way we find out that the planet has become more polluted, the ethical values are going down, somewhere the gender inequalities have surfaced, so many kind of issues popping up. This leads to an even more greater focus on social responsibility issues. So when I say CSR, it is the corporate houses, they are required to come forward and focus on social responsibility issues. So a very, very pertinent topic. So I congratulate the college on organizing a seminar on this topic, where we are moving from CSR to, I discussed earlier also, ESG, where we talk about environmental, social, governance. So the three pillars have become very, very relevant today. So, and another thing, thank you very much for making me a part of this seminar and having me as chairperson here. I also congratulate all the speakers who presented really well. So we had some nice primary database presentations, like by, I think, Dr. Ritu, if I'm not naming wrong, and then two students of MA English, I'm sorry I don't remember the names, who came out with good work, and many others also.
explored the topic in a very rightful manner, not primary, but conceptually the presentations were really good. So I congratulate everyone and I thank the college for inviting and having me over here. President sir and Principal sir, thank you so much.
As we reach towards the culmination of the final segment of the seminar, I would now invite Dr. Sapna Sharma for seminar report.
Thank you, Madam Kuldeep. Honorable President Sir, Principal Sir, dignitaries, staff, and my dear students, I am honored to present seminar report of one-day College Development Council, Punjab University Chandigarh sponsored national seminar on the theme Corporate Social Responsibility, CSR and Sustainable Development, organized by the PG Department of Commerce and Management of D.A.V College, Hoshiarpur, on dated 24th February 2025. Inaugural session of the event was started with the green welcome, badge pinning ceremonies of our esteemed guests, lighting of the lamp and Saraswati Vandana, followed by formal welcome address which was accorded by the seminar director, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar Sharma, Honorable Principal of this college. He briefly introduced the chief guest and guest of honors to the audience. In this seminar, keynote address, 3 technical sessions and valedictory sessions were conducted. Approximately 100 participants attended the seminar representing different sub-themes of the topic from the various universities, colleges, institutes of different states and UTs of India such as Punjab, Chandigarh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and other states. All the participants interacted with each other, enjoyed the lectures, technical sessions, lush green, beautiful and well-furnished campus of the college. The seminar was started with the introduction of the theme presented by Lieutenant CS Dr. Aman Pahari, Assistant Professor of PG Department of Commerce and Management of this college. This seminar was adorned with the keynote address presented by Dr. Rajiv Chauhan, HOD, Civil Engineering Department, IK Gujral, Punjab Technical University, Kapurthala, Jalandhar. He graced the event with his presence and valuable information. In his presentation, he explained the importance of CSR in sustainable development, why it is required in Indian economy, and the 3 major components of CSR such as environment, social and economic. He further suggested that CSR model should be implemented in our growth model. After keynote address and felicitation of the guest, 3 technical sessions were organized. 1 technical session was in offline mode arranged in this auditorium of the college, and 2 technical sessions were in online mode arranged in the well-structured Commerce Lab and Ritchie Computer Lab of the college respectively. These sessions were chaired by Dr. Rupali Batra, Assistant Professor, Department of Management, IK Gujral, Punjab Technical University, Kapurthala, Jalandhar, Dr. Rajiv Puri, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, D.A.V College, Jalandhar, and Mr. Manjeev Kumar, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Mathematics of this college. 14 participants presented their work in offline mode and around 70 participants presented their work in online mode in the different venues of the college. All the technical sessions were highly informative and interactive. Educationists, corporate persons, research scholars, delegates and students actively participated in all the technical sessions. Various suggestions were also made by the paper presenters and experts to do better in their research work. In his valedictory address, Dr. Sanjay Kaushik, DCDC, Punjab University, Chandigarh, focused on the 4 goals of sustainable development. They are no hunger, no poverty, health well-being, and qualitative education. Apart from that, he suggested that individuals should also contribute in the sustainable development of the economy. Positively, the outcomes of this seminar will be helpful to contribute in the sustainable development of Indian economy. Thus, the theme of the seminar is justified. At the end, the PG Department of Commerce and Management of D.A.V College, Hoshiarpur is thankful to the College Development Council, Punjab University, Chandigarh for providing the opportunity to organize this seminar. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sapna ma'am. I now invite President Sir, Principal Sir, Dr. Rupali Batra, Dr. Rajiv Puri, and convener of the seminar, Professor Jugal Kishore, to please come on the stage. I now invite President Sir for valedictory address.
The audience is very sparse and it serves my purpose because the seminar report has already been presented, but I think it should be presented after taking a test of the delegates or participants of the seminar. What have they learned? What is the takeaway from this? So, organizers are come back. So, I'll take a test of a short test. So, what have we learned from this seminar? Takeaway. What is the takeaway from this seminar? I think one of the guests should come on the stage and tell us that. Or should I ask pointed questions?
Yeah, sure, sir. But I actually attended it very late. I came somehow late. But first speech that I attended was DCDC, sir. Yeah, no problem. I can speak. Before you ask something, I just want to make it clear that the first speech that I listened to was of DCDC. And before you ask something, his speech was more about sensitization. And I think this is what is important because as far as CSR is concerned or sustainable development is concerned, there are so many seminars on that, in-house, so many debates and discussions. But more significant is sensitization. And those 4 points that he discussed, among so many other points as well, which are there at global level, because he didn't have that much time, so he couldn't speak more. But that is what I gave a few papers as well.
That is the problem because I think we have been attending these seminars on CSR and SDG for a very long time.
Yes, sir.
So what I wanted to ask is, do they make an impact?
So because I come from...
I'll take your individual this thing.
Yes.
What is the impact of all these seminars on your thinking?
So technically speaking, because as it comes to research, so if it is a proper, means the research or something like that, then it is good. Otherwise, if it is...
What is the impact on your own personality, your own day-to-day life about these SDG?
So frankly speaking, it is only data that we get. It is only data that we get. But otherwise, because as for cultural perspective, what I feel is all this sustainable development and the CSR, all these are the issues which have been created by the Western world otherwise. First they created problems here and now they are solving these problems, nothing else. This is a leftist view, but first they created the
satisfy me that what is the impact on your personality, day-to-day life?
So the one thing that I did, there was one lesson that I got from there, that whatever the sustainable goals are there, that is not the responsibility of corporate sector only.
Out of 17, we take one.
Yes, sir.
Which is the nearest to your mind?
That is hunger, sir.
That is hunger.
Hunger, yes.
So, hunger, have we defined hunger?
In what sense, sir?
Definition of hunger should be there. How can we say that this person is suffering from hunger or hungry?
So there are different data which is available,
such as
like we have a line called poverty line.
What is how do we define poverty line?
Yeah, that is the problem, because it is always government sponsored, always like corporate houses.
What is your suggestion that
making both ends meet is
poverty line?
Making both ends meet is, I don't feel, is bridging the gap of hunger.
Do we have some criteria to define poverty or hunger?
Government has.
What are the criteria? That is what I want to know.
Does
anyone know that what are the criteria for defining poverty?
I think people in our social sciences can tell this better. Even Sarkar tells this better. He is from social sciences background.
Someone can define poverty.
What I can give is the culture.
Sir, actually it is defined in terms of calorie intake and it has been monetized also. So latest data, I think it is around 1,050 rupees in rural areas and 1,200 something rupees per month earning in urban areas.
Who made this effort to define poverty?
So it's by the government of India.
Who in particular, in which year?
So this is the latest data what I am having, but the history of it, when it is started.
As far as I think, poverty has not been defined as yet.
Sir, this is poverty line, not poverty. This is the poverty line.
Controversy about poverty line. Yeah. Dr. Manmohan Singh ji had a different viewpoint. So, sustainable goals, unless we define poverty and hunger, we don't have a goal because there is no definition of hunger. I hope, madam,
sir,
you agree.
Actually, I have read somewhere, like someone, when I was a student, someone said that how can we define time in my physics class? And then someone quoted Einstein that he defined it as time is something that can be calculated by a clock. And they said there is no better definition. So on that way, when I discuss in my class what is hunger, hunger is that which can be satisfied by eating. My students can say this. And similarly, what is thirst, it can be satisfied by drinking water. So I don't think there can be objective definitions about this thing.
But the tribals, they eat leaves and all. Does that satisfy their hunger, but not the calorie needs?
Yeah. So that's why they have defined it in calorie terms.
Calorie terms.
Yeah.
So I think some of...
Yes, sir. One humble submission, sir. Seminar, what we talk about the definition of seminar, what we were doing earlier. And the seminar is what is happening right now.
So, and some other guests, I think there are guests, guests are present from outside the college. Yes. Take your viewpoint. The question remains the same. How does this seminar or all the seminars that you have attended impact your day-to-day life or your personality?
My personality is only I have learned it that it is our social responsibility. It's not a responsibility of the government. Government की responsibility नहीं है कि sustainable development goals को achieve करना है. It's our responsibility. हमने achieve कैसे करना है? मैं मतलब I continuously when I take this bottle, जब bottle में से हम पानी पीते हैं, half of the water we take and half of the water we just waste. But I never waste water. मैं उसको साथ में ले जाती हूँ and I drink afterwards. Sometimes मतलब मुझे भी लगता है कि sometimes somebody will feel कि ये कुछ मतलब why she is taking and this and that. But I just want to conserve the water because water is very precious. So in this way, if we want to achieve sustainability, it's not the corporate responsibility, it's our responsibility. Then only we can achieve these objectives which has been assigned by the government. Like 20, already when I have given the presentation, I have already told that we don't have to wait for 22 years more to become India a Viksit Bharat become sustained. We have to sustain ourselves as well as for the future generation also we have to work. We don't have to overexploit the resources. So that's it, sir. And quality education, like sir from Punjab University, he was telling about sustainable development goal. And in that goal, he has told about the 4th sustainable development goal, that is the quality education. And National Education Policy 2020, which also states that we have to work for the holistic development of the students. We don't have to go for the rote learning, we don't have to go after the degrees, that what degrees they are achieving, just we have to go for the holistic development, in which we have to talk about the mental, physical, spiritual, and mental, spiritual, and cultural, yeah, and societal, and all around that. We don't have to make the students they are the degree holders. We have to teach them the life skills. So this is more important. So thank you very much, sir.
That is a good initiative.
Yes, sir.
But more ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ for SDG goals? ਕੀ ਸਟੈਪ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ? Which is the best form of energy that we use, that we can use in our day-to-day life, households? Which is the best form of energy?
So solar energy we can use.
Solar energy.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So in cooking purposes also we can use solar energy. Solar panels are there. Solar panels we can use.
Now
Yeah.
this is the point.
Yes, sir.
How do you manufacture a solar panel? Is it sustainable? Solar panel, is it a sustainable development product or no?
Sir, according to me, no. It's
No.
not.
So we are using solar panels, we replace them, and then we are using electrical. Government is promoting, and that thing, I think that is I think the government, all over the world, they are fooling the people by saying that solar energy is totally benign, electrical cars are totally environment friendly. No. Electrical cars, battery run cars are the most polluting vehicles that can be produced. They are more polluting than the hydrocarbon जो petrol diesel पे चल रहे हैं. Now someone should tell me that how is a electrical car more polluting than a diesel or petrol driven car?
So in the terms of carbon footprints to have, that is less as
Carbon footprint is
yes.
less.
Yes.
But the thing is that we are seeing the product. We are not seeing how it is manufactured, what things we are using. How do you produce batteries? What mining do you do? In that mining, you mine silicon, lithium, so many other things are mined. And then disposal of a battery. How do we dispose of the battery? No guidelines. So the thing is that we are just struggling. At the moment we are struggling. The area is so vast, the research, so much of research is required that we have to make non-polluting solar panels, non-polluting batteries, non-lithium based batteries. Disposable is a real challenge. Their disposal is a real challenge. And your mobile, seemingly benign, how do we dispose it of? हर 5 साल बाद असी मोबाइल बदल लेने किस तरह डिस्पोज कर? No one knows. कोई दस सकता है कि असी मोबाइल को कितना डिस्पोज करना या लैपटॉप को किस तरह डिस्पोज करना?
सर एक्सचेंज ऑफर चाहिए कि वापस
That's what I was about to say. We asked them to buy back.
As well as I think all of us have heard about the Paris 2015 agreement or protocol, and I think we have heard about Kyoto protocol also. सुना किसी ने कि नहीं Paris 2015 की सगा जो agreement मतलब जो was a non-agreement but defined as an agreement, वो की सेगा? So, असी की है कि a lot of thinking is required in all these fields, and the goals are good, but how to attain those goals, that is, we don't have an answer at the moment, a clear answer. So, I think I'll finish on lamba discussion हो जाएगा. So, madam, if you want to add on what I have said, उसी कुछ थोड़ा जा, I think मैं तो layman है, I am a layman, you are.
Battery.
I have already concluded it, but yes. Implying these things at individual level, at your home, at your own, within what things you have in your own individual capacity. That is what matters actually. So, sir, I would like to answer one question that sir was asking. Like when we attend seminars like these, I think as speakers, it is like an eye-opener and you are reinforced again to rethink on these grounds. Like, where is the planet heading to? What can I contribute at my home, at my workplace? What can I do actually in achieving this sustainability? So, this is, I think, if we conclude the prime focus of this seminar, we started from CSR, we are talking about the corporate houses, but like Sanjay Kaushik sir also said, like Dr. Anupi also said, the basic conclusion that emerges is that at individual level and within individual capacities, at our workplace, at our home front, how we are contributing to the same. So what can we do? Are we thinking on these issues? Are we actually doing something for that? Whether it comes to water, whether it comes to avoiding plastic, whether it comes to doing something for, like we were unable to define that, removing, eradicating poverty, hunger. So what as an individual we can contribute, I think, and when we attend seminars like this thing is again reinforced in our mind. So when you don't attend, it's not like that you don't listen to such things, but when you attend, you are again and again, you are like pushed to think on these grounds, and then when we go back home, definitely I think we would be like making a special effort and thinking about how to make our country, how to make our planet more sustainable. So that is what I can conclude over here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I think I'll conclude by giving you a homework today. Sare le homework chahiye. We have attended the seminar, but all of us should study what is the history of CSR, what is Rule 7, what is Rule 8 of CSR. We should know when was it started and what is the logic behind CSR. The logic is important. What we think and what most of the corporates think कि भी सरकार ने एक जबरदस्ती करती धक्का करता कंपनियों नाल कि अपने प्रॉफिट चो कुछ हिस्सा जिहड़ा हैगा वो असीं खर्चना पर उसका लॉजिक है एक गल सो असीं हिस्ट्री CSR दी और उसका लॉजिक आज असीं घर जाके स्टडी करिए एक दूसरा जिहड़े एनवायरनमेंट दा हैगा वो एनवायरनमेंट दी जिहड़ी हिस्ट्री है एनवायरनमेंट इंप्रूव करन दी दैट आल्सो वी शुड नो ताही सानू पता लगेगा कि दुनिया की कर रही है और जिदा उन्होंने कहा कि वेस्ट की प्रॉब्लम क्रिएटेड है बिल्कुल सही कहा वेस्ट ने प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट की थी पास्ट दे विच पर असी प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहे हैं आज जो वेस्ट ने पहला किया वो आज असी कर रहे हैं सो वो हिस्ट्री सानू सारे को पता होनी चाहिए कि वेस्ट ने की किया और आज असी की कर रहे हैं और साडा एक जड़ा आंसर होंदा वेस्ट नू कि जी वेस्ट पैसे देवे ये सारी चीज़ों वास्ते अमेरिका पैसे देवे यूरोप पैसे देवे पर असी ये इंडिया विकसित भारत बनने के चक्कर के विच असी ये नहीं याद रखना चाहते कि जो असी अज करांगे अगले 50 साल वो उस तो अगले 50 साल वर्ल्ड सफर करेगा सो साडा की साडी की डिमांड होनी चाहिए कि सानू पैसे दो so that we can develop a technology ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇਨਵਾਇਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾ ਸਕਣ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਔਰ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਹੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਏਗੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ, ਅੱਜ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ। ਜੋ ਵੈਸਟ ਨੇ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਜੋ ਵੈਸਟ ਨੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ, ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾ ਕਰੀਏ। ਔਰ ਬਾਕੀ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁੱਡ ਲਰਨ ਫਰੋਮ ਦੀ ਬੇਸਿਕਸ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਪਾਵਰਟੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲਈ। ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰੋ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਲੋਕ ਬੈਠੇ ਇੰਕਲੂਡਿੰਗ ਮੈਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾਲ ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਹੋਏ। ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਭੁੱਖਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮਾਲ ਨਰਿਸ਼ਡ ਹੈ, ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਿਹਦੀ ਗੋਬਰ ਨਿਕਲੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਮਾਲ ਨਰਿਸ਼ਡ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੜੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਧਾਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਸਟੇਨ ਕਰੇ, ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਐਕਸੈਸ ਵੱਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਵੇ, ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਿਪਲੀਸ਼ਨ ਵੱਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਵੇ। ਸੋ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ। ਜੈ
Thank you so much, sir, for such an interactive discussion regarding corporate social responsibility and sustainable development. We will definitely do the homework given by you. Now, I will take privilege to invite Honorable President, sir, Dr. Anup Kumar, worthy Principal, sir, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar, esteemed chairpersons of the technical sessions, Dr. Rupali Batra and Dr. Rajiv Puri, seminar convener, Professor Jugal Kishore, and organizing secretary, Dr. Aman Bhari, to kindly take the honor to release the souvenir of this seminar. I also request Mr. Naveen Kumar kindly come on the stage.
ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਮੁੱਕੇ ਹੁਣ ਲੈਟਾਂ ਜਗਾ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ISO ਖੋਲਿਆ। Copy for the
Thank you so much, respected dignitaries. Now, I would request Honorable President, sir, and worthy Principal, sir, to present memento and beautiful Fulkari to Ma'am Dr. Rupali Batra as a mark of honor and respect. Now, I would request worthy President, sir, and Principal, sir, to present shawl and memento to Dr. Rajiv Puri, sir.
I would request worthy Principal Sir to present memento to our Honorable President Sir.
Now I request Professor Ayushi Behan to please give a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable President Sir, Dr. Anup Kumar, worthy Principal Sir, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar, esteemed chairpersons of the seminar, Dr. Rupali Batra and Dr. Rajiv Puri, faculty members, students, and dear participants. As we come to the conclusion of this enlightening national seminar on corporate social responsibility and sustainable development, it is my privilege to extend a sincere vote of thanks to all the individuals who contributed in making this seminar a grand success. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to the College Development Council, Punjab University, Chandigarh, for their enduring support which made this seminar a happening reality. Then I would extend my special thanks to our worthy President Sir, Dr. Anup Kumar, for always supporting and guiding us in conducting each and every event in this institution. Then I would like to thank our worthy Principal Sir, Professor Dr. Vinay Kumar, for always guiding us and helping us in conducting this seminar. Sir, your guidance is truly instrumental in making this seminar a grand success. Then I would like to thank our keynote speaker of the event, Dr. Rajiv Chauhan, esteemed chairpersons of the event, Dr. Rupali Batra and Dr. Rajiv Puri, and chief guests for the event, Dr. Sanjay Kaushik and Dr. Pratibha Kaushik, for sparing their valuable time and came in this seminar. Thank you so much, dignitaries. Then I would extend my sincere appreciation to the seminar convener, Professor Jugal Kishore, and the organizing team, PG Department of Commerce and Management, and other faculty members of the institution who worked tirelessly to make this event a grand success. Then last but not the least, I would extend a big thanks to all the participants, academicians and delegates who came here and made this session and this seminar truly interactive. Thank you so much.